Welcome to D&D Live. We're just gonna fix this camera.
Your host, Working Star. Sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, people won't be able to hear you unless you have your chat shared.
It should be shared.
There we go.
Shut up, cat.
Alright guys, let me know whenever you're actually in. To everyone who's watching this one, thank you all for joining. This is your host, Camping Scout, also the DM. If anyone ever wants to join, you're more than welcome to. Gladly accept any new players. Just comment on the video or message me on YouTube. Let me know and I'll get you in here. Right now we've got 3 players with us today. We've got Fluffy Bagels, we've got King Toast, and Nerve.
First.
Nerve returning from the yesterday session that we had. This is a special session. As soon as all of our players let me know that they're in, we can start.
Let's do it!
Yep.
Alright, everyone got visuals?
Copy.
Nerve?
You.
Alright. You all wake up in a mysterious place. You notice the walls and floors are coated with what looks to be dried blood. You can see skeletons and zombies throughout the place, some laying on the floor not moving, others walking around with no problem. They all seem to be wearing blue clothes, as do you all. There's a grate in the center of the floor in this crudely drawn map I have right here with my great artistic skills. There's 4 pillars, and in the center of all of it is a grate where you can see some blood has been dripping from. There's a grate at the northern end, a gate at the northern end. You can see a vampire is standing in front of it.
Okay.
And so the quest begins. You all have nothing on you. No weapons, nothing except for that blue shirt. And any components you may need to cast the spells you should already have prepared.
Okay. Well, who's got first roll?
You guys can do whatever it is you want.
Alright, well, figure this out, shall we? Vampires are weak to fire.
None of them appear to be aggressive. In fact, it looks like some of them are practice fighting with each other.
Okay, so therefore I roll to approach and converse with the vampires.
Well, you don't have to roll for that. You can just walk up and converse with
you
them.
don't have to roll. You can
I
just.
didn't. Alright, my bad. Alright, so then I walk up and I figure out if they are hostile or not.
As soon as you approach, the vampire looks at you. You, pit dog! What are you doing here? You should be out there in the arena! Get a move on! And all of a sudden you feel a magical force push just you, Toast, forward.
Yes! Okay.
Alright, the rest of you, Nerve, Bagels, you guys are on temporary sidelines. You both are teleported to what looks to be the stands. You can see an audience across from you. They all appear to be skeletons, zombies, vampires. It just looks like a league of undead. You can see one corner is wearing all green, another corner wearing all red. Next to you, you can see all blue around you, and to the side of you, you see yellow. Brandon, you're starting in a small boxed-in area. I hope you guys can see that. I hope that light's not messing it up.
No, I can kind of see it. Best I can.
There we go. Okay. You're sitting in a boxed-in area with a gate that's drawn up, so you can't pass yet.
Okay.
These 3 white dice are your competitor. I'm not using my dice. I'm using another color die to represent you, because I don't feel like using the ones I'm using.
Okay.
You will be represented by this brownish die.
Potato.
Fair enough.
Potato, yes. It is the potato die. Now you notice,
Okay.
this is only about a 5-foot area. You can see a sheet of paper on the side written in common. It says, Arena Rules. Death may not be permanent, but we expect the best out of all of you. 15 feet in front of you and to the side of you, there will be a weapon on the ground. As you go towards the center, you will find more weapons. Grab whatever weapon you like and kill your opponents again.
Okay.
Now you will notice there's a crudely drawn map there. Again, excellent artistic talent by the great creator of this little mini-verse. On this map you can see there are stars labeled in squares. The squares seem to represent about what you can tell is 5 feet each. About 15 feet out in 2 of your directions, there's a star. And you can see on the sign, it has star equals weapon. Amazing craftsmanship from whoever made this. You can tell about 10 feet diagonally out going towards the opposite corner is another weapon, and 5 feet from that is one in the center.
Okay.
Now you have no idea what weapons could be out there or anything about it. All you know is you have to win. You don't know if anyone's on a team or what's going on as you all just showed up here. Bagel's Nerve, you get to sit up in the audience and watch everything happen. Woo! All of a sudden, you hear a voice boom out loud. Are you ready? Contestants, in 3, 2, 1. The gates drop. Brandon, roll initiative.
Alright. I roll to rush forward to grab a weapon.
You have to roll initiative first.
Which is what, D20?
Yes, it's a D20. Add your dex modifier to it.
So saving throws, I get +1 dex. So I roll a 10.
Alright. You go last.
Tough crowd.
Yeah. Rip.
Alright. Sorry, all of this is random. You notice all of your opponents seem to move a little differently from each other. Not one of them appears to be the same, except for 2 that happen to be in with you. They look exactly the same for some bloody reason. These zombies just look like they were twins. You notice the first zombie. This one over here. 2 of these dice look the same. I'm switching that out so maybe it won't be as confusing, despite the fact you probably can't see what the dice actually look like. On that note, a magical force comes through. And all of a sudden, they won't even stand. These are now the representations of the enemies. You notice the first one runs 10 feet this way and grabs the weapon on the ground. You have no idea what it is.
Okay.
Picks it up, arms himself, and then moves the other 15 up to your opponent straight ahead of you to the left. Your next opponent, which is that character, which is a skeleton, doesn't look the same as everyone else, goes to punch at the zombie next to him. And hits. You notice it's a mighty blow. The skeleton punches the zombie hard and fast.
Always love hard and fast hits.
Alright, next. It's the other zombie's turn. The one that looks like he's a bloody twin for some reason, other than the color is different. And he runs out this way, and he grabs a weapon. Alright, he picks up something and he looks at you. And what is your innate AC? What is your Dex modifier?
So my armor class is going to be...
Without any of your armor. So it's just
13.
10? It's 13. You have like a 17 Dex? 16, 17?
No. I don't think I... +1.
Then it's 11. You only get your Dex modifier for this.
Okay.
So it's 11. Alright, and you notice this dart goes flying by you. It's now your turn.
You said a dart?
Yep, he threw a dart at you.
The fuck? Okay.
I told you there's random weapons on the field.
No,
Why?
just cheap shot.
Well, you're not engaged, so he can try to kill you before you get to him. What do you want to do? 10 feet to 15 feet to your right, 15 feet in front of you, and 10 feet kind of towards the guy that just threw a dart at you. There is a weapon on the ground. Or you can rush him and do whatever your abilities allow you to do. It's up to you.
Well, considering he's unarmed, so I could gore rush him.
Oh, he still has more darts in his hand.
Oh. So you said there's one to my left, because I'm looking at the map opposite, so I'm trying to see.
You are
if I ran
here.
Right, then I would run to the two that are in current combat.
Yes.
So you said there's one to the left, correct?
Alright, the way you're looking at it, yes. If you go to the left, towards the green guy, there's a weapon here 10 feet out, there's a weapon here 15 feet out.
So I'll rush for the one that's 10 feet out.
Alright, so you go there, that's 10 feet.
Okay.
You notice a mace sitting on the ground.
So I'll pick up the mace.
Alright, you pick up the mace. Are you going to use your action to equip it? Or are you just going to pick up the mace for the time being?
Pick up the mace and then use my action to move another slot out of his path.
Alright, how do you want to move out of his path? He can throw those darts wherever he wants.
Yeah, so... I could always revert to where I started.
You could if you want, but you have... What are you going to do then?
Alright, fuck it. Go ahead and use the action to equip the mace.
Alright, now you have the mace equipped and you're ready to swing with it on your next turn. You still have 20 more feet you can move. Each block is 5 feet.
Okay, so I can move again?
Yes,
Correct.
you can move 20 more feet.
So then... I'll move to the one that's 15 feet from me. Or however far it is from me now.
Alright, you're gonna do what?
Move to the other weapon that was 15 feet to the left.
So this one?
Or...
There's two.
Hold up.
You can go to this one, which will take 10 feet. That one will also take 10 feet. The difference is how close you want to be to the green opponent. These are probably the worst figurines I could possibly use. Dice.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to see too, but
Is there any way you can move the camera closer?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you move it closer at all?
I can hold it. But I do not have a rigging system for it.
I mean, at least so I can get kind of an idea of like what I'm looking at.
Yeah, like I said, I need better figurines. There's a figurine right there.
Just...
Those two.
Okay, so I'll go for a weapon that sits behind him to get around him.
They're too big. They're wider, hun. Alright. This is as close as I can get. My camera does not go any farther.
Okay, well, I see a star that's directly behind the green figurine, so I'll move to that.
You'll have to move past him. I was gonna say... Let me try something here. I'm moving the table. Magical force. Ooh. No! My character!
I need you to roll a constitution save.
Alright, this is terrible. Trying to move the camera was a bad idea. There's the
Fair
board.
enough.
Brandon, you're that guy. That's the dude who threw darts. That's the dude with another weapon. That's the dude who threw a punch.
Okay.
The stars are weapons. You've got a weapon about 5 feet away in the center. You got another weapon 5 feet away. In the other direction, there's 2 of them.
Alright, then I'll move to the 2 to my left.
Alright, which one do you want to go to?
Better.
That one or that one? Farther
gotta
away
wait
or
for-
closer?
Closer.
Closer to you or closer to the enemy?
Closer to me.
Alright.
So I have to wait for the damn stream to get caught up so I can actually see what
Yeah,
you're
it's a
pointing.
good 10 seconds. It's
But,
another
yeah,
mace
so
on the
one
ground.
that's- Ooh, double mace.
Well, there's a penalty if you dual wield, so keep that in mind before you decide to pick it up.
See my ass over here thinking about throwing the one mace at him. Throwing
It's
damn
not a
dart at
throwable.
him. It's throwable.
However, you still have 10 feet to move, and you can get next to your opponent and still check what another weapon is. You've got
Alright,
5
so then I'll
feet
move
there,
to the
then you
next
can move
weapon.
5 feet to you move to the next one, you still got 5 feet. You notice, on the ground underneath you is another mace.
Shit. What is this, Macy's?
Alright, what's your next move? Keep in mind, you're using a melee weapon at this point.
There's no way in hell I can just stay where I'm at, can I?
You can stay if you want. You have 5 more feet you can move. You can get next
Alright,
to
I'll
your
just take
opponent
a
if
turn.
you want. You can run away. You can go 5 feet whatever
Actually,
direction you want.
Give me next one.
You move next to him?
Thinking about it. Yes.
Alright. That's the end of your turn right there. Now this is going to be difficult rolling for everyone else, keeping stats and holding a camera. So bear with me as I try to set this up right. Alright. You notice one of the zombie twins, he swings, he hits, and he's hitting this one hard. You notice it looked like it thudded. And it looks like the one skeleton staggered but did not go down. Next up is the skeleton, still frantically throwing his hands. I know this camera has to be terrible with the movement. I'm putting it back up until I get done with their turns. You get what the field looks like though, right?
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
That's just what I needed to see. So
Yeah,
actually
I know,
knew what the hell was
I
looking
am
at, not from
sorry,
an
like-
alternate angle.
I don't have a stand for the camera. If I did, this would be much better. Because
No,
it's a
you're fine.
PlayStation camera.
Like I said, dude, I just needed to get an idea of what I was looking at and directional. No.
Alright, so you notice the skeleton throws a punch at the zombie. And it hits. Doesn't look like it did too much, it just kinda hits. Next up is the one with the darts. He jumps back from you, which I want you to roll a d20. You get an attack of opportunity against him.
So D20,
Yep, roll a d20 for a hit.
13.
13. All right, roll 1d6. You get +2 plus your strength modifier.
So I got a 5 from the D6.
All right, you get, what is your strength modifier?
Like standard strength +3.
There you go.
It's +3. Okay, and you
Yeah.
rolled what on the d6?
5.
5. All right, you smack him, and he looks like he got hit pretty hard. In fact, it looks like one of his limbs is about to fall off for him being a zombie. He turned around, he jumped away, and he runs to where the next weapon is.
Okay.
And he picks up that weapon, and you see him pick up this big old stick. It just looks like a giant stick. And he moves back.
Yes, you can say he has a Woody.
And he moves back into another into one of the areas that was grated off with the gate. Alright, now it's your turn. So, you know how the field looks. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet you can get next to him. That is your maximum movement to still make an attack. 5,
Okay,
10,
so
15,
I'll move
20,
to him
30,
since
35.
if he's in a fucking great or area, he isn't gonna have much room to swing, so I'll move for him.
Alright. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Which way do you want to go? Do you want
Directly
to...
towards him.
Alright, but which side? Do you want to go towards the side that has the other two fighting, or do you want to go away from them?
Away from them.
Away from them? Alright. Now, you still have an action. What do you want to do?
Attack him.
Alright, roll a d20.
Five. Wow. Rip.
5? Alright, what's your strength modifier is 3?
+3, yes.
Alright, and your proficiency is 2. You actually hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Which is a d6.
What am I rolling, David? D6. 6.
Alright, you notice as the mace you're carrying kind of caves in his skull. And he stops moving. The zombie that was dead once before appears to be dead again. So I'm going to remove that figurine from the board. That is the end of your turn. So we're starting next round. This is round 3. The zombie that looked like it was a twin, still not paying attention to anything but what's in front of it, takes another swing with the weapon he's using, and wouldn't you know it, he hit the wall. He hit the wall next to him. The skeleton, still furiously throwing its fists about, punches the zombie once again. Now it's your turn. What do you want to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to use blue dice here, if you want to give the feet a moment, to cover up all the weapons that have been picked up.
Okay.
Plus, you can check to see what weapon was on your opponent. So, I've covered with blue dice all the spots that don't have weapons anymore. There are, just going to point out for you, a weapon here, a weapon here, weapon here, 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 and here.
I'm gonna move to the weapon that's directly to my right.
Alright, directly to your right? Towards the zombie or away from the zombie? Your right and my
Away.
right are probably away from... Okay. That is on my right. So, do you want to move to this one?
The very first one.
Very first one?
That's closest.
Alright. That is 10 feet away. Alright, you notice a club on the ground. It's just a stick. You still have 20 feet you can move.
Alright, I'm gonna check the next weapon that's directly above it.
Alright, you got 15 feet left to move. And you notice a short bow on the ground. And about 10 arrows next to it. Now you can spend a round to pick up and equip that. Well, spend an action. Or you can check for others.
Question, will that unequip my mace?
You'll have to spend an action to re-equip it. If you go back to melee, yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and intern and see how it ends.
Alright, you intern? Alright.
Yes, intern.
Alright, I'm gonna remove these dice. So it doesn't look like there's more enemies on the ground than there really is. Woo! Dropping dice. I'm on fire. Alright, you notice the zombie takes another swing and that die got caught on another die, so we're not accepting that roll. And you notice with this final hit, the skeleton crumbles. Yep, definitely crumbled. Didn't even need to roll that die, just had to make sure, even though the bonus was more than enough. So, the skeleton that was still inside of its gate is now lying in a pile on the floor. Literally just got smacked and then went into a pile. Kind of like these dice.
Into bone meal.
He went... He just collapsed. Now, the zombie looks around and notices you. And he moves all the way up to you. He's already used his attack, though, so he's out of actions. Now it's your turn.
I roll to attack him.
Alright, roll.
Oh wait, that's that shit wrong one. 17.
Alright.
D20. And then, do I need to roll a D6?
Yes, roll your D6 because you hit.
That's 3.
3, did you add in your modifier?
Negative.
Alright, and your modifier is 2 or 3?
For strength, plus 3.
Plus 3?
Oh, wait.
Alright, you notice as you hit this one...
For just a standard strength, correct?
Yes, just standard strength.
Okay, yeah, plus 3 then. My bad.
Alright, you notice as you smack this zombie, it's not as satisfying as that head caving in, but he kind of lops over to the side and falls over. All of a sudden you hear horns, and all of a sudden you black out. Nerve, Bagels, you both just magically poof back into that same room you were in.
I love this room.
Smells like my mother-in-law's house.
And Brandon, you feel a little invigorated. You can't tell quite what it is, you just feel a little invigorated after that. What do you guys do?
Congratulations on your win, Minotaur.
Thank you, bud.
Congratulations,
Moo.
Lobo.
Sorry, let me speak in Minotaur. Okay. No, y'all
I
decide.
do
No.
not understand that language, but
Move along.
Move your ass.
And you hear from the background the vampire. Good job, Pit Dog. Congratulations on that win.
yay!
Alright, so Brandon, you're over here. You're slightly separated from the other two. For whatever reason.
Okay.
What do you guys do next?
I shall introduce myself. My name is Lorraine.
Alright, who are you introducing yourself to? There's a room full of undead and this Minotaur and... By the way, Caitlin, what do you look like at the moment?
What would you want your character to look like?
Pretty much, is your character in its natural form?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's a Minotaur, a humanoid blob-ish looking thing, and a half-elf. That's what all three of you see. If you are the character, you see the others.
I'm speaking to the Minotaur.
Hello. I am Weimarax.
It's very great to meet you.
Likewise. I'm a Minotaur of refined taste. Come on, you gonna introduce yourself or no?
No, I'm just going to sit there and talk about myself.
Well,
To yourself?
Mm-hmm. Because my person loves herself.
Can I try to... Actually, I try to go up to one of the vampires and ask them where the heck we are.
It is indeed just one vampire, there is not multiple. And the second you walk up to him, he looks at you and goes, "You, Pit Dog, what are you doing here? You need to be out there, in the arena." And all of a sudden you feel this force push you towards the gate.
Not
Brandon,
me!
Bagel, you both magically appear outside in a stadium, and it appears to be the same thing I just described. Red, green, blue with you, and yellow. And Nerve, you appear in what seems to be a gated area that you could not see before, and you see the same instructions that Brandon saw in front of him, and by God, I'm not repeating them 3 times in a row, so you already know what they said.
Death ain't
Son of a
permanent.
bitch, this is arena.
I'm grabbing some different colored dice for this, though, because that's getting annoying trying to, be like, alright, this giant figurine is this person, and yay, more dark colors, so you guys can't actually see who is who. Alright. Yeah, I'm looking at my stream right now. You cannot see what color these are. I really need figurines. Let me try turning on the light. Alright. I know you can't see the colors, which is unfortunate. But Nerve, in front of you are the same exact signs that Brandon indeed just read. And again, you see a gate in front of you, and you can hear the crowd. They're going wild with their no tongues, but somehow these skeletons are making noise in the form of cheering.
They're making clacking noises.
Hmm?
Alright, and you can hear a deep, booming voice that does not belong to the DM. Are you ready? Combatants, in 3, 2, 1. Roll initiative.
17.
"17, you go first."
Woo! Alright.
Alright, the gates are open. What do you want to do? You are here. 10 feet diagonal is a weapon. 15 feet to either side is a weapon. You can't see what they are from where you're at, though. And you notice your bird Lilith is nowhere to be seen.
I run off to the far left to try to pick up the nearest weapon to me.
Alright, forgive me because I cannot tell which one is your far left. That way or that way.
I'm going as if I'm looking towards the middle, so to my left.
Your character's left. Okay, 15 feet. And what you notice in front of you is a big freaking stick. It's a big stick. Huge stick. What do you want to do? Do you want to pick it up? Do you want to pick it up and equip it? Keep in mind, equipping a weapon takes an action.
I'm gonna equip that big old stick.
Alright, you equip the big old stick. You still have 15 feet you can move. You've got 15 feet to a combatant over here, 15 feet back to where you were, or you can go whichever direction you want. It's really up to you. You're the only one that's moved so far.
I'm gonna backtrack.
Backtrack 15 feet back to where you were?
Yep.
Alright, you do that. That officially ends your turn. Next up, we've got a skeleton that, for some reason, shredded his clothes and made it look like a cape on his back. It's actually the guy you were running at. And he runs 10 feet that way and looks underneath him. And what he finds, you don't know because you can't see what he picks up. He then looks at you and does the same exact thing you just did. Next up is this big hulking zombie. It's weird looking, like it's missing a few teeth and everything. It runs straight this way, and you see it pick something up off the floor, but you can't see what it is.
Sounds like my brother's ex-mother-in-law.
Alright, and he rushes over to the other one. Now the third one, the third and final one to go, ironically enough, this looks like one of the zombie twins. Just a little different. This hair is black instead of blonde like the other two. It almost has a Karen haircut. It's a bit weird. It runs past the hulking zombie that was next to it, and you notice the hulking zombie takes the chance to swing. And that hulking zombie does indeed connect with it on the way out. And you notice the first zombie that has the Karen haircut that's like the twins runs to its area after staggering for a bit, and it bends down to pick something up. It picks them up, and it moves farther away from the one that hit it. You can't tell what it picked up either. You just know it picked something up. It's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna go after the guy who just moved and try to attack him with my big old whooping club.
Alright. How do you want to move? Do you want to move 15 feet to be right next to him, or do you want to move 10 feet? 10 feet puts you closer to the guy over here, 15 feet puts you closer to that one. You have no idea what either of them have.
Can I try to get behind the white one?
You want to get to this location, or there?
Hold on, I gotta wait for it.
I know. Unfortunately.
First location.
Back there.
Yeah, the first one.
So real talk though, nobody talked to the vampire.
Why the hell do you think I'm sitting away from him?
Alright, the safest bet for you, if you do not want to provoke an attack of opportunity, is going to take all 30 of your movement to get around him that way. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Alright, so you do that, and you run all the way behind this guy. Which he noticed you and turns with you the entire time. What do you want to do?
One. I want to swing.
Alright, swing your great club. Swing for a melee attack, which is going to be 2 plus your strength modifier added.
Is that a D6?
I'll tell you what it is. You need to roll your d20. This is for an attack. This isn't for damage.
16.
You rolled a 16? Well, you definitely hit him because you're all not wearing armor. It's the greatest feeling in the world, running almost naked, isn't it?
Woo!
You also hear a voice from the sand that screams, "Off with his head!"
Now you need to roll
Sorry.
1d8.
6.
Alright. 6. And what is your strength modifier?
0.
0. Alright, you did 6 damage. You notice nothing spectacular. You hit this zombie, and it kind of just... it looks like it just fell asleep. With its eyes
Oh, I
open.
knocked him out.
Alright. Next up. This zombie moves 10 feet up to you. And it swings at you with what you can now identify is the same exact big stick you have on you.
Now my whipping stick.
And it whiffs. It looks like the skeleton on this one that had put its clothes as a cape struggled to swing it a little bit and missed you.
Has
Next
no
up.
muscle mass.
Next up is this one. This one, the big hulking zombie, steps into the corner by the grate. And pegs you in the knee with a dart. Really badly in the knee. You take 5 damage. Now it's your turn. You've got a skeleton next to you and a hulking zombie with what you now know as darts quite a ways away from you.
And the one I just struck. Okay.
You just dropped one. You're here. There's a skeleton that swung a big stick at you, and you just got hit in the knee by a dart by this one.
Alright. I'm going to react to that swing with a swing of my own on Mr. Skeletor.
Okay,
All right.
Mr. Bony Pants guy.
Roll attack.
18.
18. All right. Roll that 1d8.
Really? I got a 6 again.
A 6. All right. You hit him and he staggers a little bit, but he's still standing. Now that skeleton, forming absolutely no facial expressions, you can't tell what it's thinking, but it swings the big stick at you. And it connects. He smacks you across the head and you go out cold.
Woo!
The rest of what happens is all a haze. You guys can't really tell what happened. You just know someone won that wasn't a living creature.
Okay, so we're back in the room again.
Yep. Bagels, Toast, you both randomly just appear into the blood-soaked room again. It's almost like it's not so nice to appear there every frickin' 5 minutes that something happens, but hey, it's there, it's happening. And Nerve, you appear there too, and you feel like you're fully healed. It's strange. You're not dead like you thought you just were.
Okay, I am going to look for a way to move forward.
As you look around, you notice the grate leads to a blinding black abyss of nothingness. And beyond the vampire is a closed gate that you guys really don't know how you magically went through it a moment ago. Other than that, it seems to be blood-soaked walls. And undead. Sparring all over the place. Some of them look like they're dead again.
I want to check out the grate.
Alright, you go up to the grate. You notice it, and it looks like thick iron bars that are rusted from all the liquid that you can't quite identify has been going over it.
I stomp on the bars to see if they break.
You stomp and your foot really hurts now, because you are barefoot. Or your hoof. Your hoof really hurts.
Ow, my hoof! Alright, I look for a hammer or an axe around the room.
You notice searching for a solid 10 minutes around the room. There is nothing. This is the most boring room ever. You see skeletons using dead zombies as punching bags, for Christ's sakes.
Alright, I grab a dead zombie and slam him on the grate.
You hear a voice that appears to come out of a skeleton with no form of speaking go, "Yeah, get him!" Nothing happened to the grate. In fact, a finger just fell down it. Off of the
I
zombie.
use the dead zombie's body to repeatedly smash the grate.
Each smash that you hit the grate with that zombie, one more piece falls off of it every time. Eventually, the zombie looks at you after it's lost its entire arm and goes, "Hey man, can you please stop that? I'm trying to rest here." And it wrests itself free from your grasp with its one arm left.
Is there a lock on the grate?
The grate is built into the ground, and as far as you can tell, there is nothing below it. It's a deep, dark nothingness.
Where's that one-armed zombie? I think I want to slam him in a couple more times.
As you move towards him, he automatically dodges out of the way.
Alright then. He wants to play that game? Fine! I'm going to grab me another zombie.
All of a sudden, you hear, "Pit Dog! What are you doing in here still? You need to get out there, to the arena!"
Yes!
And
I live
Caitlin
for the fight! Woo!
and Bagels, you feel a magical force pull you towards the gate.
What the hell? I didn't do anything.
Toast, Nerve, you both appear in the audience again.
Damn, I thought I was fighting.
You both have seen this before.
Oh, fuck.
Can I look around for a way out, maybe?
As you look around, you notice all of the undead about. You can even see some gargoyles flying through the sky. As you look behind you over the back of the stadium, you see a bunch of spikes protruding from the ground below. A solid 50 feet out of this Coliseum. And Caitlin, you take your time looking through everything and reading that paper that I have once already mentioned.
Basically death and permanent. You either fight and win or you get knocked out. One of the two. It's the luck of the draw and the weapon of choice.
There's also different strategies everyone could have used.
You're strategizing, slamming shit and stuff. Doing typical barbarian shit. Nerve, it's your turn to check the room after we get back. Use your bard powers.
Just entering the random stats that were drawn for Bagels here. Alright, and you hear in a deep, booming voice, yet again, that does not belong to me. Contestants, are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, and the gates drop. Roll initiative.
Which one do I roll?
Roll d20.
I got a 10.
A 10? Alrighty then. You go third.
Okay.
Alright, the gates drop, And you notice first, again, this skeleton with a cloth wrapped around its neck like it's a cape, across from you. He runs 10 feet out, and he picks up something that you can't see, and my die disappeared for a moment. You can't see what it is, but you know he picked something up. He then moves up to another combatant. That combatant seems more of a smallish skeleton. In fact, it's wrapped its cloth around its head for some reason. You can't tell why. And somehow that smaller skeleton moves past the first one without being swung at. And it also picks up something that you can't see. It spends the remainder of its movement moving back up to the other enemy. It's your turn.
Okay.
What would you like to do? You've got 10 feet to a weapon towards the center, 15 feet towards the unengaged enemy, and 15 feet towards the two that are engaged. That's where a weapon is for each one, or you can run up and start throwing spells.
I'm going to go for the weapon. That's
10 feet from her.
10 feet? Alright. You run up there, and what you notice is a mace on the ground. Now, because you are a sorcerer, let me check to see if you are proficient with simple weapons.
What you're saying is that weapon ain't got no intelligence? How dare you associate that weapon with no intelligence?
That has nothing to do.
Hey, Nerve, how you doing up here in the stands with me?
Alright, now
Enjoying
keep
the
in
fight?
mind, Caitlin, you are only proficient with daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. You don't quite know how to use this weapon. You can, it's just not too well.
okay.
So what would you like to do?
I guess I'll just pick it up.
Alright, you pick it up.
Hold on. What's the next nearest weapon?
10 feet away in both directions, towards the engaged and non-engaged. Or 5 feet to the very center.
I like to go 5 feet to the very center.
Alright, 5 feet to the center. You couldn't quite make what it was because there was a fog around it. All of a sudden you see 10 darts in front of you.
Okay, I'll pick those up.
Alright, you now have 10 darts. You can spend an action to technically get ready to throw them.
Okay, which one do I...
You've spent
I need to roll a
15
die?
I was gonna say, you've spent 15 movement points. You now have a weapon ready. What do you want to do?
I already have them equipped, right?
Now you do, yes. You have to wait till your next turn to throw them.
I'll go ahead and end my turn.
End your turn right there in the center? Alright, next up is this guy over here. And this one, again, is a big hulking zombie who's missing a few teeth. You kind of wonder, did they just bring in the same undead to do this every time? And he runs 10 feet towards the center, and he picks up something. You notice he gets it ready, and then he moves towards you. His turn ends. Next, it comes up to the other zombies, and you notice the one who has the cape swings something at the smaller... The skeleton with the cape swings at the skeleton with the hood. And it connects. It connects in the smaller one, almost stumbles all the way to the ground, but stands back up. Next up, you notice, in retaliation, the smaller skeleton swings what looks to be the same exact stick at the other one. Only this time, he misses. It's your turn. What do you do?
I'm going to attack the lone zombie that's coming after me.
Alright. Now you have darts, point blank. Do you want to try to stab him with it, or do you want to try to throw them?
I think I'm going to throw them. Keep them distant from them.
Throw them? Alrighty then.
STR strength. So you'll need to know your plus whatever to your strength. So
Darts are finesse. They can add. I'm just trying to see, since she's within 5 feet. I believe it gets an attack of opportunity.
okay. So she's not gonna have to worry about using like the plus strength to add the attack, correct?
And with the darts, I believe they're finesse, so I believe she can use her dex. I will double check that really quick. Look, quick. A dart is finesse. She can use her dex for attack and damage.
Let's do that real quick. Hang on, give me just a second. I gotta find what her dexterity is for that. So ability modifier.
It's her proficiency of 2 plus her dex modifier.
So it's gonna be a +3.
Alright, well, first I've got to see if it gets to swing at her, since she's doing a ranged attack.
While this fight is going on, can we see it?
See what?
The fight.
Yes, you guys see exactly everything going on. You can actually speak out and they can hear you.
So we can always try to distract him.
Can I try to get inside the arena?
No, you notice that there's a barbed grate up in front of everyone who's in the audience.
Minotaur, throw me.
Deal. Roll initiative.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Distract the zombie.
You can attempt all you want, but you can tell everyone that's in the arena is so focused on fighting, other than any one of them that might be confused that doesn't happen to be undead. Roll d20 and add that bonus that you just learned what it was.
Okay, she just got an 18.
She rolled an 18?
Or
So +3
Yeah.
dexterity, correct?
Yeah, roll a 1d4 and add her dex modifier, which you said was what, 1?
+3.
Her dex is +3,
Yes.
so she has like a 16 dex.
So roll your d4.
I got a 1.
Alright, and I just want to verify that +3, that's just her dex?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, you sink the dart into its flesh, Just a tiny bit. Next up, it goes, and it's swinging at you again. With what you can tell is a stick with a metal end.
Okay.
And it hits you. By the way, there is an update to your hit points, Caitlin and Brandon, both of you. You get automatic max, which means, Caitlin, you have 6 plus your Constitution modifier. Brandon, you have 12 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
Caitlin, you take 5 points of damage.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh. So you have 1 HP left, correct?
Yeah.
What's her Constitution?
Yeah.
Hold on.
My
Where's the
Constitution
heating pad at?
is in ability modifiers.
Your Constitution in general. I'll know your ability modifier after that.
One second.
Oh, sure.
It's 11? Okay, it's plus your... Yeah, you have 1 hit point left. And now, goes back to the other 2 zombies. You notice the one with the cape swings again at the smaller one.
So your Constitution was 11?
And it misses. Then you notice the little one swinging back at the one with the cape. And he connects. He connects with a mighty blow. A mighty blow that barely pushes the other one away. Just a smidge.
Okay.
Now it's back to your turn. What do you want to do? Keep in mind, you have spells. If you know any damaging spells, darts do 1d4. Think about what your spells do in forms of damage.
Firebolt.
Firebolt? Alright, what's the specifics of Firebolt? My poor map is halfway wiped out where all the spots were. Being rubbed away from dice.
The target takes 1d10 fire damage on hit.
Alright. How does it hit? Is it a DC save or a DC spell attack?
Well, what's the difference between the two?
Whether you have to roll to hit them, or if they have to roll to evade. It's a spell attack. This is part of what I was mentioning. As a spellcaster, you're going to have to know these things. This will be a good learning experience for you, though. Firebolt is a spell attack. That means you have to roll to hit them, and what they get is a... should be a... No, that's just hitting them in general. That's armor and all.
Okay.
Alright, so what you're looking for is you're going to have to roll a d20, and you're adding your proficiency bonus and your charisma bonus, which your proficiency bonus is 2. Now, there are a few things we're going to have to look over with your character, because I find it weird that someone has 2 plus 3 stats. It's possible, but your other stats should be super low then.
I need my charisma. Charisma is 15.
Is 15 or 16?
15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, your charisma is only +2 then.
Okay.
Because 10 and 11 is 0, 12 and 13 is 1, 14, 15 is 2. Alright, so you'll be adding +4 to your attack roll.
Okay,
So you roll a d20.
D20?
Yes.
I got a 4.
Alright, your spell goes off to the side a little bit. You almost hit him, but not quite. Next up is the big guy next to you. And he's swinging that stick with an iron end. And what is your AC? With just your dex modifier. Which I don't believe you had armor to begin with, so...
No, I don't.
So what's your AC?
It says?
Your armor class, right?
Should be 10 plus your dex modifier.
My armor class says 13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, he misses.
Okay.
He misses, it's not quite a close call, but it was close enough to worry you a little. Next it goes back to the other two skeletons. You've got a zombie on you and two skeletons in the corner. The skeleton that has a cape, of all things it has a bloody cape, swings at the skeleton with a hood. And it hits. And you kind of notice the one skeleton at the side goes flying pieces into the audience. In fact, how many pieces? Not too many of them. It's about 3 different sections of him go flying into the audience that people start to use as drums.
Hey!
It then moves 5 feet back into a corner, watching both of you, and ends its turn. It's now your turn.
Okay.
Now your firebolt, was that a level 1 spell? Do you remember?
It was a cantrip.
Firebolt?
Yeah.
I'll be danged, that is a cantrip. Okay. Keep on, you can use 2 level 1 spells and a certain amount of cantrips. You can know 4 cantrips, you can use any of those 4 infinitely. You have 2 first level spells that you should have already chosen, and you can only use them twice per long rest. So what would you like to do? You have darts in your hand and you have spells.
Okay, I think I'm going to... Yeah.
You're going to what?
Thunderwave.
Thunderwave? Alright, now what does that ability do?
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you, each creature in a 15-foot cube.
Alright, is it a spell evasion or is it a spell attack? I'm pulling it up myself for you, but these are things you're going to have to... This is why I want you to write down your spells. And which one are you using? Thunder what?
It's called Thunder Wave.
Alright, Thunder Wave. Alright, level 1. Alright. It is a savings throw. Which means this creature has to roll against it. You're not rolling to hit it, they're rolling to save against it. That's the difference. A savings throw means they're trying to save themselves. A spell attack is you're trying to hit them.
Yeah.
Alright, he definitely did not save. So roll 2d8.
I got a 4 and an 8.
A 4 and an 8?
I have to roll the d8 twice, right?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Okay, yeah, I got a 4 and an 8.
Alright, you notice the giant hulking zombie in front of you gets blasted back by that thunderous wave. And kind of hits the wall very hard and isn't moving yet again. You've got 30 movement speed you can still use before the end of your turn. You've got 15 feet to your other enemy. What do you want to do?
I'm going to end my turn.
You end your turn? Alright.
Mm-hmm.
You end your turn and you notice the skeleton that has a cape moves up on you. And swings what you can tell now is a giant stick.
Okay.
And he misses. It's your turn. What do you want to do? You've got one more one-level spell. And any amount of cantrips and darts to use. Really, you only have 9 darts, but if you somehow use 9 darts and don't kill them, something's wrong.
I'm going to use Witch Bolt on him.
You're going to use what?
Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt? Alright, go over that spell with me.
Okay. It says, make a ranged spell attack against a creature you can see. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on your turn, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is outside the spell range or is in total cover from you.
Alright. So looking at that, that's a spell attack. That means you roll to hit it.
Okay. Alright, what's
D20. D20 and you get +4.
Okay, I got 13.
13, alright, it connected. It connected with its arm, but it's still connected. Roll your 1d12.
10.
10. You notice it kind of collapses into a pile on the ground.
Okay.
If anyone has the luck of the rolls, that would be you, Caitlin, because you barely took out 2 opponents, with them missing every attack, and I didn't whiff any of my rolls. I didn't purposely do anything. I kept everything real. That's why Nerve got knocked out.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Just the look of the eye.
you all teleport back into that same bloodied room once again. All of you kind of bewildered. When will this ever end? And you all 3 notice the vampire walks up to you. Well, pit dogs, well, I guess I can't call you that anymore. One more fight and you'll be the champions. You best get ready. And all of a sudden, you all three feel a push behind you, pushing you towards the gate.
I will come back to kill you, you son of a bitch!
Right before you can say the word bitch, it all of a sudden
You all three teleport. This time you're all three behind a gate. Next to each other.
Woo! I lost and I'm still a winner.
Oh, good man. Good man.
You're not a loser, you're a wiener.
You're a wiener.
You guys notice on the floor in front of you, the announcer hasn't spoken yet, so you still have time. There's a set of 10 darts and 2 hand axes.
Question, are we all together?
You're all next to each other.
Okay. But now here's the question, are we fighting each other, or are there other enemies on the board?
You're all three wearing blue, and you notice there's 3 enemies across from you wearing red. I'll tell you what they look like in 1 moment.
No, that's fine. I was just curious if it was a fight to the death between all of us.
No, you're all next to each
So
other with weapons to start.
So the only things are darts and 2 hand axes?
I gore rush my friends. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna pick up a hand axe. That's for sure. Are we able to equip it without using an action point at the moment?
So far, nothing's going on. An announcer has not spoken. You have a solid few minutes that you know before the action will start. So yes, you can equip whatever it is.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick up the hand axe and equip it.
Alright. Nerve, Bagels. There's a hand axe and a set of 10 darts on the floor in front of you before you leave the gate.
I'll take the dart and equip them.
I guess I'll take the other hand axe.
Alright. Now, you all notice, there's 2 hulking zombies and a smaller skeleton with a hood in front of you about 20 feet.
You always know what happens with a hood. It's a spellcaster.
Goddamn spellcaster.
You can't tell what any of them are really holding on to. But, all of a sudden, you hear an announcer. Undead, are you ready for the final battle between blue and red to see who the real champions are? Get ready in 3, 2, 1. And the gates drop and everyone rolls initiative. Alright, everyone, let me know what your initiative was.
12.
16.
13.
Alright. Brandon, you had 12, Nerve 16, Bagels, you had 13?
Yes.
Alright. It goes Nerve, Bagels, Brandon, then the other 3.
I rolled to punch the bard and take his initiative.
Alright, so the gates have dropped. I'm going to use these purple pieces as indicators for the enemies. The 2 on the outside edges seem to be the hulking zombies, and the one in the center is the shorter skeleton with its head covered.
Okay.
So, Nerve, you're up first. What do you want to do?
Alright, I'm gonna try to make one of the larger zombies incapacitated by using a spell Hideous Laughter.
Alright, read to me what that spell does.
So, a creature of my choice that I can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into a fit of laughter. If the spell affects it, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated or unable to stand up for the duration.
Alright, it says if the spell affects it, correct?
Yep, and then at the end of each turn, it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright, so what's the DC for its save?
Alright, a modifier +5. DC is 13.
DC 13,
+5.
alright. Nerve, you are over here. Brandon, you're over here, and Caitlin, you're in the center. So, which one do you want to throw that at? They're within 20, 25, and 30 feet. The
I'm
two
gonna
on the
do-
outside are the zombies.
The closest large zombie to me.
Alright, the one straight across from you. Alright.
Yep.
You did absolutely nothing. It doesn't seem to have a single smirk on it.
Damn.
Alright. Bagels, it's your turn. What do you want to do? All of your spells have come back to you. You also feel invigorated since that last battle and everything you did. You're back at full health.
Okay. I'm going to use Ray of Frost. A frigid beam of blue light strikes towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Alright, so that's an attack roll. Roll to hit it. You get +4, and which one are you trying to hit?
I'm gonna hit the big bastard.
Alright, which one? The one that he just tried to hit with the spell, or the one in front of Brandon?
The one he just tried to hit.
Alright, roll attack.
So D20.
Yes, D20.
Okay, I was gonna say it almost said D4 for some reason.
I got a 12.
12? Alright, is that with your +4 or before the +4?
That's,
Before.
Yeah.
Before? Alright. You hit. Now roll the damage for it, which was 1d8, correct?
Yes.
Alright, roll your 1d8.
Got a 6.
A 6? Alright. You hit it. It seems a little bit slowed, but it's not down. Brandon, you're up. The zombie across the corner from you has been hit with a bolt of frost that you could see. There's a hooded skeleton in the center, and you can see another hulking zombie straight in front of you.
I step forward 2 feet and challenge the zombie in front of me to move forward towards me.
By the way, it moves after you move.
No, I know, but that's what I'm doing. I step up 2 feet and try to antagonize the zombie in front of me to move forward as I end turn.
Alright. Roll intimidation. D20. And do you have proficiency intimidation?
Yes.
Alright, so you'll
14.
add 14? Alright.
You're talking like the abilities where like survival and shit's it, right?
Yeah, if you have
Yes,
it
I do have
proficient.
intimidation.
Okay. And it is a strength bonus, correct? Or is it intelligence?
I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's see. Let me go to the...
These are things you're going to have to know.
No, I know. Just trying to get around to it. Where do I check under that?
It'll be right next to the skill. It'll have parentheses and then the stat modifier.
Oh, it's charisma.
It's charisma? Alright, add 2
Yes.
plus your charisma modifier to that 14.
So, charisma. And my charisma is... I think 1?
It's +1?
Yes.
Okay. So, effectively 17.
Okay.
Alright. You notice it kind of nods its head at you. Alright, next up is those three. Though, the one that nodded its head at you moves forward and swings at you. What is your AC without the armor?
13. Armor class is 13 without armor.
Without armor, so a three ability modifier for Dex.
Yes.
We really got to go over your guys' characters because something's up with this.
Well, no, my dex is +1.
Then it's 11. Modifier is the bonus you get from it. 13 is +1. So your AC is 11. +3 would be like a 16.
Okay.
Alright, and it doesn't matter because he whiffs. He almost hits you, but not quite. Next up, you notice the skeleton in the back with its head covered, pulls its arm back, and throws something straight at Caitlin. And it also misses. They're doing terrible. They really are. You're kind of amazed that this skeleton threw that dart anywhere it sunk in the dirt a few feet short. Next up is the big guy, the other big guy, and he moves 20 feet to get right next to Brandon as well. He's close enough to hit both Caitlin and Brandon. He swings at you, Brandon.
Okay.
And he hits. You take 6 damage. Alright, Nerve, it's back to you.
Yep.
You now see, if you move 5 feet forward, you can get behind one of the hulking zombies, but you can't get past him without him swinging at you. Because this is kind of close corridors.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can spend an action to disengage and get past him and go somewhere else, but that will be your action. What do you want to do? Or you can use a spell. That's also a thing.
Alright. I'm gonna try to attack the nearest zombie.
Alright, so you're going to move forward and attack him?
Yep.
Alright, as Bard, do you have sneak attack?
I did not come across that.
No, you don't. That's Rogue. I can't remember if Bard gets it eventually because this is new. I don't know why I rolled. You're the one rolling to attack. Roll to attack.
Alright. Oh boy, I got an 8.
An 8? Alright, what's your 2 plus your strength modifier?
Which is 0.
So you get +2? You hit! Roll 1d6 plus 0 for damage.
5.
5? Alright. Now you notice this is the same zombie that was hit by that frostbolt earlier. Alright. Bagels, it's your turn now. What would you like to do? You have a zombie in front of you, and you all notice these zombies are kind of slow moving. The skeleton seems a little bit quicker on its feet.
Okay, the one that Nerve just hit, I'm going to use fire bolts on.
Alright, that's a ranged attack, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, roll your ranged attack.
Was it D20 or D8?
D20. Damage is the D8.
15.
15? Alright. Is that with your bonus or is that after your bonus?
That's not with my bonus.
Alright, without it. Alright, so your total bonus after that's about 19. You definitely hit. Roll your D8.
I got a 7.
Alright. it collapses over. It's no longer in the way of any of you on the field. It hasn't poofed out the way, it's just not moving anymore.
What'd you hit? One of the zombies?
The one nerve hit.
Alright, Brandon, the one that had ran up next to you and actually hit you has now been dropped to the floor. You have a hulking zombie in front of you that you challenged, and a skeleton about 15 feet behind it, off to the left. What do you want to do?
Go ahead and roll to attack the zombie that's in front of me.
Alright, roll your attack.
19.
19? Alright.
And then a d6 for damage, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
D6 plus your strength modifier.
Three.
Alright, what's your strength modifier?
And strength modifier is +3.
Alright, so 6 damage total.
Yes.
Alright, you sunk the hand axe in quite a bit into him. Not enough to keep him down, but enough to hurt.
Okay.
All of a sudden, you notice he's taking a reaction to you, and he swings at you himself. And he misses.
Sweet.
This is why I
Bagels
don't...
went to run to the restroom really quick.
Ah, okay.
But since we still have the mob roll and then Nerve, she'd be
Yeah.
back in time.
Alright, and the skeleton is throwing a dart again at Bagel. And misses. This dart sinks halfway in the dirt, further away from her than the first one did. This is why I don't care to play as player. My roll sucks so frickin' bad. You wouldn't believe the rolls I've gotten.
I think I call it a strategic benefit.
For you guys, yes, it is. Nerve, it is your turn. One zombie has been down. There are 2 more to go. One has been injured. The skeleton has been sitting in the back,
Terrible aim.
playing horseshoes versus Bagels.
I want to pick up one of the thrown darts and throw it at the skeleton.
Alright, if you pick up the dart, you'll have to spend your action equipping it. You can't pick it up and throw it.
Ah.
That's
In
the
that
strategy
case-
in those. And that first arena battle was a strategy. For you and Bagels, picking up weapons was not the way to go. Throw your spells from where you are and just kill things before they get to you. That was the strategy.
Alright.
Just like for you, you have a teammate who's hurt. You also have attack spells or beneficial spells, right? You can use those status effects on your enemies, you can heal your allies, or you can run up and smack a hoe. I'm not going to use the other word.
I'm going to run up, but instead of hitting him, I'm going to use Vicious Mockery.
On which
Your
one?
mother was a hamster.
The skeleton.
The skeleton? Alright, you run up, and... Alright, you use Vicious Mockery, and... It does nothing. It doesn't even
Oh,
flinch.
come on.
It has no facial expressions.
I'm not letting you roll for me anymore.
That's savings throw. I want to point something out. You're trying to hit undead with an emotion.
True.
Alright, it's Bagel's turn.
Oh, perfect timing. Okay.
Alright, Bagels. The zombie that you hit with the bolts of frost is down. You have a skeleton that keeps throwing darts like they're horseshoes at you, and a zombie in front of Toast.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the one that's throwing darts at me.
Alright, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna use Firebolt again.
Alright, roll your attack versus it. So roll a d20 and add +4.
Okay. I've got 23. That's with the +4.
Alright, you definitely hit it. Roll your d8.
I got 2.
Okay, I'll check his temperature in the morning, and I know. What'd you roll on the d8?
2.
A 2.
A 2? Alright, You smack it with it. It takes 2 damage, but it's still standing. It is your turn, Brandon.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and roll to attack the zombie that's standing before me one more time.
Alright, roll your attack.
18.
18, well, you definitely hit with that 18. Roll your damage.
4 plus
Alright.
3, so 7.
Alright, as you hit that zombie, you notice it starts to crumble down. Next up is that zombie. It turns to you, Nerf, since you're right there on it, and it goes to stab you with a dart.
It's skeleton.
What's your AC with just your dex modifier?
Alright, my
Let's
AC...
say zombie dead.
The zombie died again. It collapsed
Alright.
over.
No, you said that the zombie was going to stab him with a dart.
He was
that's
talking
why-
about the skeleton.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, my dexterity modifier is +2, and my armor class is
It
13.
misses.
Yeah.
Your AC right now, because you don't have armor, is only 12. But he still missed.
Okay.
He went to go stab you in a panic and missed. Barely. He almost scratched you, but didn't. Alright, next up, Nerf, it's your turn! Oh yeah, that zombie's out of the way. You're standing next to the skeleton, who frankly doesn't seem to have any combat expertise, can just move a little better.
I'm going to swing my hand axe at that emotionless son of a...
Alright, swing attack, which for a hand axe for you is 2 plus your strength modifier. Which I believe is 0.
Yeah.
So plus 2.
Whatever. Alright, I rolled a 13, and then...
Plus 2, 15. You hit. Roll damage, 1d6.
Nope, gotta take out the modifier. There we go. 5.
5. Alright, it is still standing. You smack it, but it just stands there. By the way, this all happens within seconds of each other. Think about combat, it's just taking much longer than it really would in real life. Alright, Bagels, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to firebolt on him.
Alright, attack spell again. Roll a d20 and add the 4.
Okay.
By the way, what are you guys using to roll?
Simple dice. Simple dice roller.
An app? Or a program?
Android, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It just
I got-
randomly
So
generates
using an app?
numbers.
I got 17. That's with the 4 added.
Alright, 17 with the 4, you hit. Roll your
Okay.
d8.
And then I got a 5.
A 5. Alright, you hit it. The bone's set on fire for a second and it immediately goes out, but it collapses to a pile.
Woo! Woo! We are the champions.
All of a sudden, you three are...
I had to destroy 2 of those guys to save y'all's asses. Just remember that. Did I?
Hey, did you have any healing spells too?
Alright, you all 3 teleport back into the arena. The arena cages, and you all feel invigorated. You get all of your health back, all of your spells back. The vampire walks up to you and goes, "Huh, I can't believe it! You pit dogs are finally the champions! Never thought I'd see the day that blue team would win."
I'm gonna punch that vampire.
No shit.
Well, that's
right?
because you got me.
Well,
No,
before...
no, I punched the vampire.
Before anything happens, the vampire disappears, and a skeleton with hair that's standing tall, blonde, and tied at the top in a knot goes, "Oh my god, champion, I'm your biggest fan! I want to follow you and worship the ground you walk on!"
No! Kill it! Push it off the mountain! Destroy it!
And right before
Okay.
you all 3
I
see
wanna
the
punch
gate
it.
drop, and as the gate drops, so does the skeleton with that hair right before you. The gate is now open.
Oh, thank God.
Is it still alive? Please tell me it's gone. Can I roll? If it's still there, can I roll to punch it?
It's in a pile on the floor with the hair just sitting there.
Wait, can I pick up the head and use it as a weapon?
As you pick up the head, you hear in your own head, in your mind, "Oh my God, it's the champion! I want to worship the ground you walk on. Please, let me follow you."
I throw it as hard as I can.
As you go to throw it, the second it leaves your hand, the voice leaves your head.
Oh, thank God.
I walk over to the skull and set fire to it. To burn its hair.
With what? You have no fire, I mean.
She would be the one who had to set it on fire.
Can I stop the skull to turn it into bone meal?
You stomp on it, but it has no effect.
Damn! I always hated that character anyways in Oblivion. Oh God, I hate you for adding that.
Now do you see what this was based around?
Yeah. Or in Bear Claw and all that. I just hate you for adding the annoying fan.
I had to.
Dude, I always had to take that character to Bruma and push him off the mountains.
Alright, well, you guys do notice the gate is now open. You see there's a hallway you can walk through. Only this hallway seems a bit different. It doesn't appear as bloodied as the walls around you.
I walk through it.
Alright, Bagels walks there. What are you two doing?
I gaily skip to the end of the hallway.
Alright, while you're gaily skipping, Nerv, what are you doing?
I'm laughing as I follow the giant minotaur gaily skipping.
Alright. You three walk into the hallway.
Yes, you gaily skip the dice. I'm happy with that. Good man.
Alright. I'm going to move the camera closer for this next part. As you walk in, you notice what looks to be catacomb walls lined with skeleton heads inside the walls. In front of you, I'm going to mark. Where I'm putting a star, all three of you just showed up. In front of you is a coffin. A concrete coffin that all three of you together cannot pick up. And on it is a map. This is really difficult to do with this camera.
Does anybody have a skeleton mark?
You have nothing to write with. This is what you see.
No.
You can see one area that is marked the same way the other gate was. Because this is an excellent map that everyone totally understands. It is not poorly drawn at all.
No, it looks beautiful. Better lines than a tattoo artist.
Now the thing about the map, you don't get to see it!
Fuck you. You're the Vincent Van Cunn of maps.
So you all see that map for a moment. And you're all three in that first hallway.
So I go to YouTube and replay this live stream. Rewind it a bit. Pause it.
See, here's the thing. The map is for me because things are about to happen.
I like it.
Alright, what do you guys do? You're sitting in front of this coffin.
I say
you still have no weapons. Every time you came out of the arena, the weapons disappeared and stayed in them.
God, that sucks.
Alright, I take a moment to search around the current room we're in for any clues and
You're in a hallway. What you do find is a plaque on the side that says, "Only those who defeat the demons may escape this nightmare."
I confide in my companions as to what we think the demons are.
Companions, that's you. That ain't me.
Well, Wimerax, I think our best decision is to keep walking, but be cautious. I don't know what this stranger wants to do, though.
Yeah, we don't know her name yet. We just have a mysterious companion with us.
Y'all will never know my name. I'm just mysterious to you guys.
Ooh,
vote
spooky!
Until I know I can trust y'all.
I vote to Cinder first since she won't give us a name.
I'm going to call you Selena, the teenage witch.
Alright, I secondly agree to... Shit, I forgot your character's name.
I third it.
Fuck, what was your character's name again there?
Lorraine.
Lorraine. Alright, I agree with Lorraine's plan to move forward but proceed with caution.
Alright.
We'll do that.
Alright, so you agree with them? You all three move forward. As you move through the catacomb hallway, you guys get to an open rounded room. And as you step in, you all see a bright light. And you all three teleport somewhere. This is why you're no longer allowed to see the map.
I can get real sick of this teleportation shit.
I was about to say the same shit, man.
I
This
know,
teleportation
right?
shit's for the
Fuck it.
birds. You're like that one mage that puts spells all over the towers just to be an asshole. Oh, you want to walk through this door? Boom, you're in the kitchen.
Alright. So, I want you guys to roll initiative. You're not in a fight right now. I'm doing this for the sake of who teleported where.
Alright, so...
Okay, I got a 19.
Just- Alright.
And we're rolling d20s, correct?
Yes, this is D20.
I rolled an 18.
I rolled a 15.
Alright. Caitlin,
I
as soon as you
punched
finish
Selena for the
teleporting, you notice you have not moved a dang inch. And looking ahead of you, you see through the hallway, about 20 feet from you, is Brandon, who just teleported into the center of another room.
And I look back and just whisper the word, stop.
Nerve, you see absolutely no one. You're in a room and you can see a hallway. As you look through the hallway, about 30 feet you can see another room, but that's it.
I have voted to call Lorraine's name to see if he could hear
All
if
right.
he's close by.
Now, Brandon, Caitlin, Nerve. I'm gonna go in the same order that you guys teleported. There is something underneath each of you. Caitlin, you see a club. Brandon, you also see a club. These people are really fond of sticks, evidently. And Nerve,
Apparently.
you see a hand axe. Nothing's going
Whoa.
on. Those are just there.
I feel like it's a
Okay,
trap
I
to pick up the
and
weapon.
equip the weapon.
I can't pick up. Well, I mean, I can, but it won't be useful to me. So.
Well, let's see. It was darts. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you're not proficient
Yeah.
with club. You have spells though, so you necessarily don't need weapons. All right, now you all are keep notes for yourself. What you have on you.
Nothing.
You don't pick up the hand axe.
It hasn't gotten to my turn yet.
You guys can move freely at this point. There is no turns. The initiative was so I could determine who went to what room.
Question, did you equip the club just to have it, even though you're not proficient, but you can still use it?
Using a weapon you're not proficient with just means you have disadvantage. It's the same with like throwing a weapon at point blank range, you have disadvantage. What advantage means is you get to roll and you can decide to roll a second time and take the better of the two.
To get back to what is now known currently as Selena.
Alright, Brandon, you move over and you meet up with her. You both are in a room that you first stepped into whenever the bright light hit you. You notice a club on the floor in front of you. This is still all catacombs. You notice skulls lining the walls. Almost seems like the Paris catacombs. But you guys have no idea what Paris is. It's a weird concept that just flew into your minds and went away just as quickly. Now you notice the room that you just came from and another hallway that you have not been to yet. That appears to go for 15 feet and abruptly ends. Nerve, you're still sitting in a room by yourself. You can see a hallway that goes straight into another room. That's what you've got.
I'm gonna go up to the room.
To the room that I was just in?
Yes.
I follow.
Alright, you both go over to that room?
See which way I can go.
Alright, as you walk forward into that other room, you get to another round room, and you can see one other hallway. Whenever you look down that hallway, I want both of you to roll a perception.
Okay.
So what do we need to roll as?
D20.
What?
And then you roll perception. If you're not proficient in perception, then you only get your ability modifier.
See, I don't have a proficiency in perception, but I rolled an 18.
Alright, Caitlin, what did you get?
My ability. Oh, yeah, go ahead and roll.
A 17.
Alright.
And then you need our ability modifiers for it?
You guys are fine. You both spotted it. Peering through that hallway, you can see in the center of a room is a small green creature. It looks kind of demonic. It's crouched down, and you can tell that it's not moving at the moment, but it doesn't appear dead. It's got 2 horns, but you can't make out any other features than its almost watermelon-sized body with smaller limbs that end in claws.
I vote to walk up towards it to investigate.
I'm going to stay behind and let you do that.
Alright. Brandon, as you get to the edge of the room, suddenly it jumps up as if it was awake. Caitlin, Brandon, I want you two to roll initiative.
I got a 16.
Alright, was that 16 with your dex modifier?
That was
No.
before the dex modifier. For her. But so mine would be an 18 with my +1 dex.
Alright. And what's Bagels? With her dex. Now, is her dex actually +3, or is it something else?
No, it's +3.
It is? Okay, so you have like a 16 dex then. That's actually good for someone who never gets armor. So you rolled a 16, and it's, so you're +3 with that 16. That puts you at 19. Bagels, you go first. You see this monster that is 20 feet from you. And it's 5 feet from the Minotaur that you have been working with. What do you want to do?
Because do remember,
we
you're
know-
unarmed, but you have spells.
Do we know if it's going to attack or not?
All you know is it jumped up, its claws are out, and its mouth is open, showing sharp, jagged teeth, and it's looking straight at the Minotaur. Whether you think that means it's going to attack or not is up to you. But I will describe what things look like to make it easier.
So it's pretty much your discretion right now. Chances are you might piss it off and it wants to take a bite out of my juicy ass.
Never know. Okay, I have a shield cell. Now it doesn't necessarily say I can put it in front of him, but it doesn't say I can't either. Can I still do that?
Read off the spell to me.
It says an invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you until the start of your next turn. You have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the targeting attack, and you take no damage.
What's the name of the spell?
It's called Shield.
Shield. All right, let me get to that. I like the creativity and the thought, but I think this one's a bit specific and it doesn't allow for it. But
Okay.
let me read it specifically and what the specifics are once I can get to it. And I might just allow it. But the issue you might be running into is the fact that it says you.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering.
Don't mind the 10 years it's taken to get to it.
Sorry.
Alright, shield. Unfortunately, you can't. There is no range on it. It is literally a magical barrier around you. So it,
pretty much it's like a personal spell, correct?
yes.
Force field.
And
Okay.
it's meant to be used as a reaction.
Error. Is
She's
there any-
reacting by putting it up.
Question. Are we at a current spot where we're turn-based now? Or
Yes, it
still
is
free
turn-based.
Yes, it's turn
You
based.
don't know who goes when, you just know she got to go first. She was the
No, no, no,
quickest to
no,
react
that's
to it
fine.
jumping up.
move? No, that's fine. I just got confused for a second. My bad.
You're good. Nerve has nothing to do with this. He doesn't get to move till it's over because
After.
fights happen so fast. If you think about it, you stabbed someone twice, that was literally in less than a minute.
Okay, I'm going to use minor illusion.
Do what?
Minor illusion.
Minor
You have to
illusion?
explain
Alright.
it to him, too.
Yeah, you have to read off the spells for me. I did not memorize your spells.
Yeah. You create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. The illusion also ends if you dismiss it as the action or cast the spell again. If you create a sound, its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, a beating of drums, or any other sound you choose. The sound continues through the duration, or you can make different sounds. If you create an image of an object such as a chair, a muddy footprint, or a small chest, it must be no larger than 5 foot cube.
Okay, what do you want to make?
Like a wall.
A wall? Alright, you want to make a wall that size? Where do you want to make it?
In front of Brandon. Or
In front of him? Alright. So you want to pretty much use that to block the hallway he's in so that it looks like that just completely walled up.
yeah.
Alright.
Well, like in between him and the monster.
Yeah, he's in the doorway to the open room. Doing that would be putting
Okay.
it straight at that doorway, blocking it.
Okay,
Alright.
can I just put it in front of the monster then?
In front of the monster?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
You put it in
I'll
front
do
of the
that.
monster?
Yeah.
Alright, Brandon, your turn.
Alright, so now there's a wall in front of the monster.
Yes.
You heard chanting behind you,
And
and
then a wall magically appeared in front of you.
you see a wall in between you and where the monster was.
Okay.
Brandon, roll a d20
Yeah.
for investigation, and tell me what you get.
17.
You know it's an illusion. You looked at it and immediately went, oh, that's an illusion. Yeah, so you know. That wall means nothing to you.
So I'm gonna take this instant to step back more towards Sabrina
Alright?
and kind of basically take myself out of a situation to further. I'm trying to think of the word. To further,
Investigate?
not so much investigate, monitor.
Okay.
To like kind of see what happens when I back away, to see if it was more of a territorial-esque thing versus an aggression.
Alright.
So I want to go ahead and just back up some.
Alright.
You get what I mean?
Uh-huh. Alright, now where compared to Bagels are you going to move? She's in the
Let's see,
center
how-
of the room.
And I'm where? At the point.
You were
currently right-
you went in front of her down a hallway towards another room. As you backtrack, you have 5 feet in front of Bagels, 5 feet to each side, and 5 feet to every corner of her. She's in the middle of a small room that's 5 feet every direction from her.
I'm going to back up to the entrance of that corridor.
Okay.
Thus also blocking the path of the monster to be able to attack her.
Okay.
Why are you protecting me? You don't even know me.
Alright.
How sweet.
Covering your ass, basically. I'm basically a fucking
Anything
pissed
else?
off fool if you really make me mad.
It's payback.
Yeah, it's payback. I'm ending turn currently there.
Alright.
Just remember he had to kill the 2 beasts in the last round.
I'm also protecting you.
No, I'm not.
You hear a string of sounds you've never heard before. You almost hear a you have no idea what the do any of you speak Abyssal?
A little bit. Not
Your
a
character has Abyssal?
lot. No, not really. I'm sorry.
Negative.
Alright.
I do not know Abyssal Wart tongue.
No.
But I can wiggle my tongue. Blah, blah, blah.
Alright, and that's that. How long does your illusion spell last for?
It lasts for the duration.
Hey Lorraine, how you doing?
Alright, oh, and what you both see, since you know it's an illusion, you both see the demon make those noises and look around the room, all while looking not quite panicked, but confused. But it's still in the center of that room, looking around. Alright, Bagels, it's your turn.
So how long does your spell last?
It lasts for the duration.
Until the creature can basically break out of it.
Yeah.
So how many times can you use it though? Is it a one-time use? Because I'm thinking, if you can use that as an illusionary wall, then you can pretty much wall him off and we can walk past him without
can't
ever
do that.
having to get... No?
No,
I was trying to think outside the box on that one.
you can't do that.
Because I mean, I'm just over here thinking like mass illusion it and walk past him without ever having to enter combat.
By the way, so you guys also get an idea for this, its body is literally the size of a watermelon. It's not this medium-sized
I rolled
creature. It's a tiny creature.
So an Ifrit, or E3,
Is he
whatever it's
seeded
called.
or seedless?
Is he what?
Does he have seeds or is he seedless?
He's seedless.
I'm going to use.
Sweet or unsweet?
I
You
don't
gotta
think
give
this
me
one's
one.
very
Oh my God.
sweet.
Bastards.
I'm gonna use Thunder Wave
Shut up, nerve.
Thunderwave?
to push him back.
Alright, what's the
Yeah.
distance on Thunderwave?
I'm over here trying to think of a tasty snack and you... Well, you also gotta think I'm in the way.
If you use I was about to say, if you use Thunder Wave,
yeah,
you,
it's
you
gonna-
might hit him.
Yeah, it will push him.
Not to mention the monster's 20 feet away.
I mean, hey, you could use that to throw my ass halfway across the room.
She'd probably also kill you in the process with how her rolls have been going.
Hashtag I'm prepared for this moment my entire
Okay.
Minotaur life.
I am going to get in front of Brandon. Or
Okay, you have to move 15 feet. And then you will be 5 feet from the demon.
okay, I will do that.
Alright. Alright, you're 5 feet in front of the demon that is still looking at where you created an illusionary wall.
Okay, I'm going to use Thunder Wave to push him back.
Alright, was Thunderwave a DC save, or was it a DC attack?
What was it? I think it was a save.
These are things you have to know. After we get done with this, I do want to go through, and the spells you plan on using frequently, get index cards and write them down.
Yeah.
And just write down all the information that you need to know, and you can be like, well, it's a DC save of this. No.
No.
Yeah, it was a...
DC save.
I did, yeah.
Alright, what's the save for? Which save? Constitution, Dexterity, Wisdom.
I feel like that would have been a Dexterity.
Well, feeling and what they actually are sometimes will shock you.
No, I know. I just...
Okay.
I want to
each
open that can.
creature in a
Wisdom.
15-foot cubic... Yeah.
Constitution.
Then-
It's Constitution.
Yeah, Constitution.
Alright,
Damn,
so...
we're both wrong. Rip.
And do you remember what your savings throw was?
My... No, I do not.
Alright,
to your
it should be 8 plus 2 plus your Charisma modifier.
How dare you not know things?
Yes, this doesn't sound like someone last night.
Shut up.
Oh, damn. DM over there throwing shade.
Well, this is a learning curve. This is why I actually was thinking, well, this would be a great time for Bagels to go back and watch the stream and then get to that one point to see what happened.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, we would have been way more prepared if this week would have, or if the last month or so had been going a little bit better. Although,
well, I can tell you
need to
this,
refresh
Bagels,
real
it
quick.
should be 12. Because your DC save should be 8 plus your proficiency plus your spell modifier. And your spell modifier is Charisma, which is 2. And your proficiency is 2. So it should be 12. I already rolled the save and he failed. Roll your 2d8 damage.
Okay, I got it. A 4 and a 5.
9. Alright, you hit it with the lightning and its body goes flying 10 feet back and lands on the ground.
Okay.
Alright, initiative is all over at this point.
Okay.
Everyone's free to move however they wish. Nerve, you still see a hallway and a room that is a solid 20 feet away.
Alright, so I wanted to have picked up that hand axe and equipped it.
Yep.
And then I want to stealthily walk down the hall and peer inside the room.
Alright, I want you to roll a d20
Okay.
for stealth. I want you to roll stealth.
Oh, stealth. My stealth is... +4. Okay. 17.
17? Alright, whenever you get about 15 feet up, I want you to roll perception.
Did I miss my turn, or did it go to Nerve?
She ended it.
Just like the nerve. I ended it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you killed me?
No.
Roll perception.
I hit him. He went back 10 feet, hit the wall, and collapsed.
So he's dead.
Did I kill him?
Can't believe
I got
you
a
killed
19 on
red
perception.
watermelon.
Alright. As you're walking through, you make it about 15 feet and you notice the corridor you're in opens up to a four-way path. There's a corridor on your left, a corridor on your right, and the corridor that you were originally aiming for. Each one is 10 feet till you hit a room. You notice on the one on your left, you don't see anything in it. The one ahead of you, you don't see anything in it. The one on your right, you see 3 creatures. 2 of which are small, and whenever I say small, they're like the 2 feet tall type creatures. They're blobs with fat feet, claws, and their skin looks putrid. They're all gray and it looks like it's rotting. And the third creature, and the third creature you see is in between those two, and they're all standing up, mind you. They all look like they're wide awake. You see a get down, get down, get down, get down. You see something that's smaller than it, bright red, with two bat-like wings, a scorpion's tail coming out of its backside, and claws on its arms and legs. It's standing between the two bigger ones, and they're all looking around like they're looking for something. What do you want to do?
You said the room to my left and the room up ahead are empty. Let's go.
And I want you to roll a listen check too.
A listen check?
Yep.
How the hell do I do a listen check? Do I just roll a 20? Call it.
Roll a d20 and we're gonna say listen is perception.
13.
13? You heard a thunderous noise, but you have no idea where it came from because it echoed throughout the halls.
Well, when you don't know where to go, go left. So I'm going down that empty hallway to my left.
Alright, that empty hallway to your left is the room across from the one you saw the three creatures in.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, you go in there. You notice in the center of the room is another weapon. It's laying on the floor, and in front of you, you see a short bow with 10 arrows.
Oh, hell yes. Okay. I am going to equip those. If that means I have to drop the hand axe, so be it.
No, you can have them both equipped. Just to switch between them, it takes one full action. So which one do you want to have ready?
The bow.
Alright, you have the short bow. It has 10 shots. Do you need the stats for it?
1 second.
It's 1d6 for one.
You want me to write it down too?
1d6.
I have a
Got
notepad
it.
next to me.
Minimum range is 80. Max is, I believe, 160.
160. Okay. Thank you very much. Alright. Can I look around to see if there's any passages in this room?
You notice the room that you walked into and picked up this bow in is only about 10 feet wide, and you know it's a small circular room. There's no other passages. It just leads back the way you came.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to back out of that area and then take a left, so that way I'll be to the right of the monsters.
Alright. I want you to roll a stealth check again.
Oh, stealth is +4. 23.
Alright, you're lucky because this, you notice the small red, the tiny red thing you saw is looking intently around as you move on to the next room. As you get to the center of the next room, you notice something on the floor, and you notice it's another short bow with 10 arrows.
I pick up the other 10 arrows, but leave the bow.
Alright, you have 20 arrows. By the way, Bagels, Toast, what are you guys doing?
Yes.
In front of you is a room that's about 10 feet long across, and in the hallway in front of it, you see that tiny green watermelon-looking creature that you guys blasted, or my bad, that the Bagels blasted all the way across the room.
I go to search the creature.
I stand by and watch.
Alright. You both move forward, and you're searching the creature, and you notice it's got sharp fangs that are dripping with a green liquid, and its claws look just as nasty, but there's no signs of life. There's nothing on it.
Honestly, something inside of me wants me to hit it over the head with the club, just to double tap.
You can do that if you like. There's nothing stopping you.
I rolled a double tap. With
You
the
don't
Skull
have
Crush.
to. It's not moving. You can take an automatic 20.
Okay, well, I'm doing a Skull Crush.
All right. What are you using to crush its skull?
The club.
All right. All right. You use the club. You crush its skull. It just kind of sinks in on its already tiny frame.
Okay. Now I say search the room for clues.
All right. You
Possible
know,
new routes.
all you notice that's different about this room, it may not be lined with the skulls on the walls like the rest of it was. Instead, it's got more of this nest feeling to it. All of the walls are dyed green, and you notice piles of something on the floor that you don't know what it would feel like, but it doesn't look like it's comfortable to walk around in. In one corner, another corner is filled up with a liquid that just smells awful.
I would suggest getting
Is there
out
only
of
one
that.
way in, one way out, correct? Or one, like, 2 ways in?
You notice in
That's
this
it?
room, there's the path you came from, and there's the path that the body of the tiny creature was blasted into.
I say we go. I vote to continue forward and search for Lorraine.
I agree.
All right,
You're very diplomatic when it comes to this.
all right. You both walk forward about 10 feet, and you notice it's a wall,
map thing,
but
though?
the corridor opens both on your left and your right. On your guys' left, you notice a gate that is sealed. And next to it, there is a plaque. You can't quite read it because it's 10 feet away. On the right, you've got 10 feet, and you can see the corridor turns yet again, but you can't see to where.
I walk 6 feet to get a closer look at the plaque, but not putting myself in too close to it in case of a trap.
Okay, you get close enough you can barely make out the word demons on the plaque.
Is that the only word, though? Or is
That's
there
the
more
only
to
word
it?
you can actually see from where you are, because you are 4 feet back.
I move 2 more feet closer.
All right, you get closer and you can start to read the sign, and you can see it reads, "Slay the demons to escape the nightmare."
Okay, so now we know we need to kill everything.
All right,
Alright.
you are 10 feet away from Bagels. Bagels, you're still sitting there. Nerve, you're still sitting in the center of that room.
Yes.
Alright, I move up to where Brandon is.
All right, you both are by the gate. The gate is sealed tight.
I vote. I start to investigate the room around us.
All right, you're in a
But
hallway.
cautiously. Oh, hallway.
All right,
Alright,
so
I
you're gonna
investigate the hallway cautiously.
you're spending time to investigate.
Hey man, it's always better to know your spot.
Nope, you're good.
Charge
As you're investigating, you notice ever so slightly is carved into the wall opposite of the plaque is a drawing of that monster you just faced, and underneath it is scrawled in a bit more frantically, it's dug in even deeper, is a picture of a small, tiny creature the same size as the green one you just faced, with wings, a scorpion's tail, and thin appendages that end in claws. And next to
Boy, I
it,
thought you were about to try to slap me with the chimera.
you see carved into the wall are bigger than the other one, fat, blobbish, short creatures with claws at the end of their hands.
So, noted. That's more information for us. I continue to search cautiously just for any more clues before moving forward.
All you find is skeletal heads lining the walls, iron gate that is protruded up so that no one may pass, and the bars are too close to each other for anyone to squeeze through, even the creature you just fought.
So all right. So
And-
there's the whole hallway and then the gates off to the side, so I can continue to move forward. Correct?
The gate is up. You can't move past it. Behind you is the open corridor.
So there's only one way in, correct? And then the gate.
Yes.
Am I having it correct? Okay.
Yes, if you guys turn around, 10 feet from you is the hallway you just came from where you fought that creature.
Okay, I was just making sure that it was like there was no other alternate ways around.
No,
versus
it
just
seems
the
like
gate.
this gate is only one way.
Okay, so I head back towards the opening where we slayed the first creature. And
All
where
right.
we were my companion.
Alright,
I go in there.
alright, you both get up there, you're standing in that three-way. On your right is the room that Bagels blasted the creature from that went flying. Beyond that, another 10 feet is the other room you guys initiated that interaction with. 10 feet behind you is the gate, and 10 feet in front of you is a solid wall lined with skulls that you can't see where it goes from there.
I investigate the wall with skulls to see if there's
Well,
a possible path.
Before you do anything, Nerve, you've made it to your room. You're in the center of it. You picked up your extra arrows. You have the hallway behind you. You have a hallway in front of you. For what you can see, you've got 10 feet in front of you, and there's a wall. You can't see where it goes after that.
Alright, I'm gonna keep being a stealthy ninja and move down the hall further, getting away from those three creatures.
Alright, so you move your 10 feet forward. Roll stealth.
Okay. With the +4, already put in. Nice, 14.
14. Alright. And now,
Okay.
Brendan, Caitlin, what do you guys do?
Real quick, Caitlin had to go to the bathroom, bad. That might take a few moments.
She
All
follows
right.
you as a dim-witted companion.
No, because whenever it comes to certain moves, she has to be there.
I hate to. I'm sorry. She didn't mean to spring that on us, but
Hey, Mother Nature happens.
But is there any way we can just give it back to Nerve for the meantime until she returns, so that way we can work with, not just a single person? Because I don't think I can roll in everything for her.
Well, she was just going to follow you. We will stall it if you get to something where she actually needs to be here.
Okay. So you said there was the skulls on that one thing that I was wanting to investigate, correct?
The skulls line the hallways. It looks like catacombs.
Oh.
Like, do you know how the Paris catacombs look? It looks like
Yeah.
that. It looks like an
I
area
thought
where
you
they've
said it
been
was
burying dead.
like a wall that was just skulls.
No, it's all of the walls. They're lined with them.
Alright, well, I say go down that hallway to see where the path leads.
You put him to bed? Shit.
Burning out and I'm running fever and he was hot.
What did the doctor say?
She's gonna pinch him.
Okay, just calm down. It'll be alright. He's indestructible. I know it's high. Just calm down till the doctor calls back.
But I'm getting irritated because I don't think I'm gonna cold
If he's burning up that much. Well, his body's fighting it. He's also younger. Much younger than you. Alright. Toast, what do you want to do?
Well,
You have...
hold up. On a side note, real quick, is there anything I can do to help y'all with Gabe at all?
No, he's just running a fever of 102.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Sorry, didn't mean to sidetrack us from the game.
No, you're good. I mean, it has to do with my
Making sure
kid.
everything's
If
okay.
anything gets too serious and I need to take him to the doctor, I will, be like, alright, this is going on pause for the next 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay, dude, just making sure
Huh,
everything's
his bo-
okay. Y'all didn't need anything.
His body is fighting it. I know you're over paranoid. I still think you need to wrap up with 2 comforters and burn the crap out of you. It just means I'll be soaked in your sweat whenever I wake up in the morning. No, 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 no. You need to sleep in the bed. If anyone needs to sleep on the couch, it needs to be the person who's not sick. Either way, Toast, what are you doing now that this campaign has been
Move
sidetracked?
down the hallway.
Alright, I do want you to roll a perception check.
Perception check.
Uh-huh.
Second, someone get the dice roller. D20, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Plus your perception modifier if you have it.
18. And I don't have a modifier. I don't
As you're
believe.
walking down, you notice the half-elf you are with is crouched down and walks towards your... He's on your right, about 5 feet away. He's crouched down, and he's moving slowly. You both see each other at this point. All three of you now see each other.
Hey! My half elf.
Hey, big teddy bear.
Hey. I am going to stay quiet, thus to not alert the other creatures.
Okay, how would you
I'm
know
going
about
to-
the other creatures other than that marking? You don't know where they are.
So,
Oh, well. Of course
That
that's
is one
right.
thing I'm
I-
going to point out. No using outside information. You guys were separated, so everything Nerve knows, only he knows. He has no idea about the carvings. He has no idea that you guys fried a small tiny demon. He just knows he heard thunderous movement, and there was some things he saw that are now looking around.
Okay, well
So-
then, in this case, I'm just going to remain quiet until the situation becomes more knowledgeable to me.
Alright? Which makes sense. You're quieting down because you saw an ally of yours quiet.
So yes, I'm going to stick with that and then end on that note.
Bagels and Toast are both together, correct?
Yes.
Yes, you see both of them now.
Alright, I'm going to do a movement such as putting my finger over my mouth, or, you know, as like a sush.
Silent.
And then I'm going to use my deep speech to tell them that it's me, or I'll just do it like this. It's me, Lorang. I came across 3 enemies, past myself. Have you guys found any issues?
And
That's
which
between you
deep
two.
speech- What do you mean? Silent, like talking low, correct?
Yeah, talking low.
Okay, and
Well,
using deep speech. Go ahead.
For me, I have deep speech, which allows me to project my voice into your guys' heads.
Okay.
Yes, it's
So for you, you'll have to actually, like, in a low voice, talk to me.
Okay, well, using a low voice, we eliminated one, found carvings into a wall, talking of more than just the one demon we discovered.
And one other thing I want to ask, Toast. What's your character's intelligence?
I think it was.
10 is average, is an average person.
Yeah, let me pull up the character sheet real quick, because.
And this is one other thing you have to think about. Like, how would your character react to that? Would they automatically know, oh, that was a carving referring to what we need to do? Or since if they're at an 8 intelligence, would a below average person be able to understand all of that?
Average intelligence, so I have an intelligence of 10.
Okay, so, yeah, okay.
Fairly understanding, correct?
It's average. Think average person.
Would
You're
kinda
not
get
gonna
the
you're not
idea.
gonna solve a puzzle, but if the concept is drawn out like it is, you'll know.
So, okay, so in that case, I know that there's more to what we fought.
Yes,
what you
you
did do?
understand that one thing you saw, you fought, and you saw a sign across from it saying "Slay the demons."
Okay, so using a
An
low voice,
average person would assume.
that means there's different types.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so using a low
Don't worry about
voice,
it.
I'll tell the ring, you know, we slayed one, found a carving that said to slay all the demons in order to escape this nightmare, and that right near it there was a carving
Okay.
of one demon that we fought, but then there beside it were multiple others, so that there's not only one that we're going up against. Also, Bagels is back, so we now have her. What we need. So now, whatever you wish to do with that. I
Alright.
don't know what's in there.
While in deep speech, you said you saw sketches or drawings? Was there any special differences between the drawings?
Alright, so in a low voice, yes. One is.
By the way, you
winged
guys
with
don't have
a-
to say in a low voice every
Oh.
time you're talking and stuff. Just be like, from this point on, until we leave this predicament,
clear.
I'm talking like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, since we already know this now, yes, one is a giant blob, gastrous blob-looking deal, and the other is winged with a scorpion's tail.
I've come across this creature farther back. That was one of the two that I spotted. If you two come with me quietly, I'll show you.
Alright. We will follow you quietly. And yes.
Alright, beyond this point. Now keep in mind, these hallways are only 5 feet wide. You can't get 3 people shoulder to shoulder. 2 shoulder to shoulder is tight, but it's possible. When fighting, 1 person. So I want you to think about that. How are you guys leading this?
Single file line. I'll be in front at the moment.
I'll be in back.
Hey, she's back. Great. All right. How are you guys proceeding?
I'm still... So until we get back into that room where I found the second bow, I'll walk normally, but as soon as we get to that hallway with the cross section, I'll kind of give them like a signal to lower themselves down into like a crouch-like position and walk quietly
Okay.
to the corner.
All right, you guys get 15 feet, and then you're in that room at the corridor leading to that 4-way path you saw.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to try to go back across so that way the demons are to my right.
Okay. Roll
And
stealth.
then I want to ready my bow.
You are trying to do this stealthily, right?
Yes.
Roll stealth. And your bow is already ready.
No, sorry, I forgot.
Like, wait, his bow's ready with the arrow notched?
Yes, because he's ready to go.
Okay.
He used his action to get it ready, because an action really is a few seconds. He doesn't have it pulled back ready to shoot, but he has it ready.
Okay.
Alright, what'd you get on stealth?
23.
Alright, as you pass it, you notice it's still looking around, but it doesn't seem to notice you. You make it across. Are you staying in the hallway and where it's in sight, or are you moving past it?
Staying in the hallway, just on the other side.
Alright, it's a 4-way. You have 5 feet till you hit the room with it. It's a 5x5 block at that 4-way. Are you going to the next block over, or are you staying in the block where there's visual, where you can see it?
Sorry. Sorry about that, I'm heavily distracted. Okay, so... God.
You're in a hallway. You're in the entrance to the room. 5 feet. You already succeeded going 5 feet forward. Then there's the 4-way. You went the 5 feet through the 4-way, and on your left was the demons. They didn't spot you. Do you want to go to the next block over where you can't see them, or do you want to stay in sight of them?
I want to stay inside of them, and I want to
Okay.
get my bow ready as if I'm going to shoot them.
Okay.
I want to make sure that Wemerax and Selena see me getting ready to attack.
Okay. Alright, Bagels, Toast, what are you guys doing? You see the half-elf is crouched down and has an arrow ready.
I go ahead and get into a fighting stance at the ready and wait to see what the half-elf's move is.
Alright,
I am
currently
going
the
to
half-elf
sit-
is 15 feet in front of you.
And how far are the monsters from us again?
You have no idea. You
No
can't
idea?
see them. You just know he's looking down the hallway 15 feet in front of you to your left.
I'll move up a little closer.
How much is a little?
About 5 feet with club ready.
Alright. Alright, Bagels, what are you doing? You've got 20 feet, the half-elf in front of you is crouched down and aiming a bow to your left, and the Minotaur has a club prepared 10 feet in front of you.
I'm going to sit at the entrance and watch for anything coming down.
Alright, entrance of where? You have 10 feet. The next 10 feet in front of you is a room. After that 10 feet is another hallway. 5 feet in that hallway you can see the elf. You know, let me do this. You can't see all of the map, but I can show you what you guys see. Actually, I can show you that too. Now, keep in mind, do not use outside information. The only one that can see all of this is Nerve. Let's see, which camera is it using? Alright, Nerve. Nerve, you are that one. Straight ahead of you, the middle is that red creature, the other two are the blobs. Brandon, you're right there.
Okay,
And
so I'm in the
Caitlin,
middle,
you're
correct?
back there. Yes, Brandon, you're in the middle.
Okay,
But you
I'm just
can't-
trying to get the information ahead just because of the delay.
This is what you and Caitlin see, Brandon. That's all you see. You see the half-elf crouched down, aiming where my hand is. And you see a room farther beyond him.
Okay, I
Nerve, you
move
see all of
up-
that.
I move up to the opposite corner of the of Nerve.
Alright, do you want to move past him or right
Just
before him?
where that corner still covers me.
Okay, because like I said, this is a 5 foot wide. You're not going to get two people in there to be bashing. Only one person's going to be able to actively fight in that type of corridor.
Yeah, no, I'm doing that to see what Nerve sees, basically.
That's fine. Are you peeking around the corner to look?
Mm-hmm.
Roll stealth.
Roll stealth. D20, correct? And I'm not proficient in stealth.
Nope, so you don't get +2.
19.
Alright, it doesn't notice you. You notice exactly what I explained to Nerve.
Okay.
You can tell
Okay,
they're
I'm
about
just sitting
10
back
feet
and
away.
watching, waiting to see.
And you're gonna remain right where you're at currently?
Yes.
Alright. In deep speech, or, you know, I want to tell those two, I have a plan. I want Selena to get past you and shoot a fireball down the hallway. When they turn to look at us, I'll fire a couple arrows, and then that'll give you the chance
The rush.
to rush in.
Alright, for something like
And I
that,
look at
you're not
Lorraine
going to get
and
a
nod
few
my head.
arrows. The way something like that'll happen, if she can sneak past the hallway and set up to where she can see them, she can cast a spell at the same moment you unleash a arrow.
Okay.
That's it, though. You're not going to get more than one. After that, it's initiative. He can't go charging in with that. You both are using ranged attacks. If he could stealth his way up right in front of them, which would be amazing, That would be absolutely amazing. His stealth isn't
Hold on.
high enough to do it.
Hold on. I have this. Inspire.
I'm telling you. You really think you're going to get right in front of an attentive creature? Because I won't be rolling its perception at that point. It's not your roll versus mine. At that point, it's passive.
Okay.
Which is a DC check.
I better save the Inspire until you get into combat.
You can give him Inspire whenever you want. Just keep in mind that Inspire requires you actually doing something, making a noise, saying something. So
Okay.
So,
Understood.
how do you guys want to do it? You have the board. You know what it looks like. Now, Selena cannot see the enemies. She just knows they're off to the left somewhere about 20 feet ahead of her.
You don't have any proficiencies in stealth. Okay, so I mean I could try sneaking up. Be pretty impressive if I can do it. Which I have to roll initiative too on that, correct?
After they know you're there, everyone rolls initiative.
But what if I sneak up on them? That's what
If you sneak up on them, they have no idea you're there. Every action that you take will require a stealth roll, though. And it's a passive perception if you get too close.
Okay, I start to slowly sneak up the hallway towards them.
Alright, while you're doing that... Nerve. You're in that hallway. You guys are pretty close together that you couldn't do any melee. And he's doing that. You're keeping your arrow ready? Or what are you doing?
Sorry, I had to make sure my mic was on. Yeah.
Alright, tell me exactly what you're doing.
So, while I watch him slowly creep up closer, I back off a little bit so that way he can fit through the hallway without any issues of pushing me, while still keeping my eyes on them, and hopefully having enough room to be able to shoot an arrow, like, over his shoulder.
Okay, well he is ducked down, so you can shoot over him just fine at the moment. The closer he gets, the more cover they have.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, I'm going to the corner where B was at.
Where Brandon was at?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Are you peeking around the corner, or are you just staying in that little area?
I'm peeking.
Peeking? Roll stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
I got a 18.
Alright. Do you have any bonuses? Or did you roll
Negative.
18?
No. Yeah.
It was 18 as a roll, but she has no proficiencies in stealth.
Alright, what's the ability modifier? Is it Dex? Nerve, it's Dex, isn't it?
What?
Stealth?
Yeah.
Alright, you
then
still have your Dex bonus. That's very important. Without it, it would have spotted you.
My dex bonus is +3.
Yeah, like I said, that's very important. It would have spotted you had you not had that. You all see the same exact thing. 10 feet in front of Brandon is 3 creatures. The 2 blobbish things I mentioned that have the rotting looking skin and huge claws, and then the tiny red demon that has a scorpion tail and bat wings.
Would casting Minor Illusion alert them?
Yes, because you have to chant.
Okay.
Unless you have silent spell.
How do you know if it's silent spell?
I don't know if they introduced it in 5th edition. I know in 3.5 it was a feat.
Is SM silent spell?
No.
Okay,
It was a
never
feat.
mind then.
It was something none of you would even have access to yet. Unless you chose Variant Human.
Alright.
Alright, so what's the plan while he's sneaking up? Brandon's sneaking up. You move 5 feet, Brandon. You're around the corner, Bagels, and
Yeah.
Nerve, you're sitting there. Alright, Before we move any farther, you made the 5 feet. I want you to roll stealth. This is passive now. This is no longer your roll versus mine.
I need.
So that means you're gonna have to keep it above a certain number in order to keep going.
Oh, I'm telling you, you're probably about to fail.
18.
Alright. Do you have any dex bonuses?
Dexterity bonuses. My dex is +1. That's my
Everyone
ability
roll
modifier.
initiative.
Uh-oh.
I told you it went
19 for me.
passive. I told you it went passive.
I rolled a 19 for initiative.
I got a 12.
Alright, +2, d20. I got a 7.
What'd you have, Bagels?
12.
12? Okay. Now I've got to roll the creatures.
With his luck, they all got perfect 20s.
No, my rolls are actually fairly crappy. That's why you all succeeded so much. I've been rolling like 3s. All right. Brandon, you go first. They're alerted. They know you're there. There is no longer stealth. You have...
Shit.
In the room in front of you, you have 5 feet, and there is this tiny red demon in front of you, and on each side of it, 5 feet away, is 2 smallish, blobbish creatures.
Alright, because y'all are ranged, so I'm the only one that's actually up close and personal at the moment.
Uh-huh.
Is there any way I can remain crouched and in turn to allow them to deal damage over me?
Yeah, you can end your turn and be crouched down. I mean, it's...
Go prone, soldier, go prone!
Yeah, I'm gonna end my turn by remaining crouched to allow them.
You're gonna give them as much room as possible. Is there anything special you're gonna do? Because you're gonna have to move out of the way one way or another, which is going to leave an opening even for the creatures.
I guess, prone, laying on the ground.
They will get automatic criticals on you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you want to stay crouched.
So
Honestly,
stay
you don't want to
crouched
crouch down at all. You might want to move to one, like, you're talking about a 5-foot hallway. You're already a fairly big creature, but at the
Okay,
moment,
so
if you're
I'll-
not engaged in combat, they can aim around you without penalty for the moment. But as soon as
Okay,
you're
so
engaged
then
in
I
combat,
will
it's...
Yeah, I will stand up and place my back against the right side of the wall to give them an opening.
You're... Alright. Yeah. Alright. Next up, Bagels, it's your turn. You know, right around the corner, they just... You can't quite see them without poking your head, so you can't do anything. You have to move to the next block forward if you plan on doing anything.
Okay, I'm going to move to the next block forward, and I'm
All right.
going to use,
Thunderous wave.
no, because I hit y'all.
Well,
hit me.
Brandon, what's your hit
Uh-huh.
points?
Full 12 at the moment.
Alright, Thunderous Wave can one-shot you.
I would use fireball or something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to use. I'm going to use Fireball.
Firebolt, you mean?
Yeah, Firebolt.
Fireball is like a level 3 spell, so you don't have that yet. I had to point that out.
Yeah.
Alright, which one are you aiming at?
How many are there again?
There are 3. There's the tiny red one, and then there's the blobbish ones that look like their skin is rotting. The ones that look like their skin are rotting are bigger than the red one, and they've got 2 claws for hands. The one in the middle it's smaller, it's bright red, it has horns, it has bat wings, and it has a scorpion's tail, as well as claws at the end of both arms and legs.
Okay, I'm going to go for one of the blobs.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which side, either one.
Alright, that was a attack, correct? Spell attack?
Mhm.
Alright, cast an attack.
I roll a d20, right?
Yep, d20, and you add +4.
Okay, I've got a 20, and that's with my +4.
Alright. Give me 1 second here. Because I have to look something up that I didn't think I was going to have to so soon. And you guys aren't gonna like it.
But
Why?
I'll tell you in a second.
how dare you withhold information from us for an extended period of time?
Well, I don't know all the information yet, so I can't tell you. Alright, roll your damage.
That's the d8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I got a 7.
Alright, you notice what's normally felt like a super strong spell doesn't seem like it did quite as much.
Okay.
For some reason, it doesn't seem like it affected it as much as you thought it would. Alright. Next up is the Imp. The Imp moves the 5 feet forward and engages you, Brandon.
Okay. So I roll to attack the imp.
You can't. You already gave up your turn.
Oh shit, yeah, this is... Sorry, I thought it already
It-
rolled back
it
to
didn't-
me. my
nope.
bad.
Nope, it engaged you. It's swinging at you. Alright. It tries to sting you with its tail. What's your AC?
13 without armor.
Alright. You're lucky. It stabbed the wall next to you that you were just leaning against to give room.
Okay.
Nerve, it's your turn. Currently in front of you, I know it's hard to see for you guys. If I can get a stand, I'll have it set up better. Or if I can create a stand, I might have to look into that. I'll have to test that on a few different goes.
Okay.
And 5 feet in front of you is Selena the Sorceress. 10 feet in front of you is the... I want to call you a Tauren so bad, but I know it's a Minotaur. The Minotaur, who is currently locked in battle with the tiny red
But still up
thing.
against the wall.
Nope, they're in the middle now. They're fighting.
Okay.
There is no room for anyone to get by or do anything.
Hmm. Can I cast Minor Illusion to try to make a noise behind the two large creatures in the back?
They're not large. They're just bigger than the tiny one.
Okay, so the medium size then.
They're not even medium. They're small. They're like the size of, like halflings and stuff.
Like a meter,
The-
like a couple meters taller than the imp.
Yes. The imp is tiny. The imp is like a, shit, I wasn't supposed to say imp. The tiny red creature is kind of like the size of a fairy. As opposed to the size of a halfling.
Okay.
I mean, it is slightly bigger than the actual fairy. It's not that small. It's not like a little fly. It is bigger. But that's what you see.
Can I still cast Minor Illusion though, behind them?
You can. You're
Alright,
locked in
I figure
battle,
that can
though.
figure that
Yeah.
can distract them at least.
All right. Go ahead and cast it.
Alright. So it's a D13. Works off charisma. Charisma is a +3. Okay. 12.
They don't even flinch.
Darn it. Okay.
Their eyes are locked on the hallway where the much louder noise is going on. Alright, it rolls to their turn. They move 5 feet forward. You guys can't see them anymore.
Okay.
Alright, because they can't get in there, they can't do anything. They're blocked in. Alright, that brings it back to Brandon, it's your turn.
Okay.
You can spend an action and disengage and fall back, but then you can't swing. So you guys already know the order of operations. It's toast, bagels, enemy,
DM.
nerve.
Yeah.
So I just told you something that you're able to do, because your two choices are the disengage and retreat, swing at
try to
it,
kill it.
run, and give it an attack of opportunity.
I would attack it.
You have a weapon that does 1d4 damage.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go ahead and roll initiative for attack.
Okay, it's not initiative, but roll attack.
yeah.
You roll a d20. You get
I
plus.
got a 20 for the d20.
You rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
nice.
Dude,
Roll
you
a roll a d4 and add
D4?
your strength modifier to it.
So I got 3 for the d4, and then let me see, what got +3 strength. So 6.
Alright, so 6. It kind of squeaks at you, like it was shocked that it hurt it. Alright, Bagels, it's your turn.
So wait, it didn't get knocked out?
Nope.
But did I run too, by the way?
You want to... Okay,
Right
if
now
you
you can-
run, it gets to swing at you. For free.
Okay, never mind. That does give it an opportunity.
Mm-hmm. It's Bagel's turn.
Okay, so there's
You can't
one
see...
in front of
You can't see those two. They moved behind the wall. Because they can't get to Brandon, so what's the point of staying in sight where they already got blasted? They're not
so I
dumb.
have no target for anything.
You do. It's past Brandon. You have to hit the thing that Brandon's engaged with. Which, there is a penalty for it. Here's the other thing you have to think about, Caitlin. Your spells. You've got 2 different types. DC save is the creature's roll against the creature's roll. DC attack, you rolled a hit. If it's a DC save, well, as long as you watch what its parameters are and don't hit one of your teammates with it, they have to roll to save, not you roll to hit. This is the monster manual, not the player's handbook. Let me look up for you. Think about what you want to do. Look over your spells. Think about which one you want. I'm going to look up ranged attacks and difficulties based on combat, because I know there is one. There is a negative for it.
Well, I do have a small chance of shooting you. I don't know what I want to do.
So, So the creature's within open range, correct? And then I'm behind it?
The creature in front of you, you guys are within you're within 5 feet of each other. You're actively fighting. There's no way to get past either one of you without the other one getting a free swing.
Okay. Well, that's what I was just trying to make sure of. You know, trying to get rid of the confusion that I have.
I think I'm just gonna move back past Nerve to give room.
And then what, in turn?
Yeah.
Oh,
What you can do is you can actually back, since you're already standing there, you can back up. I can take left side, and then he might be able to back out to the right.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because, I mean, there's nothing really I can do.
What is your size? No. Effectively shooting and trying to cast spells at the tiny demon is not possible. You guys can't see it. There isn't even disadvantage. You straight up can't see it because it's a medium-sized creature in front of a tiny. So you're moving behind Nerve?
Yeah, I'm moving behind Nerve and out of the way.
Okay, so you're behind Nerve. Are you doing anything else?
No. I'm not gonna end my turn.
Alright, so now it's the imp's turn.
Alright, and you ended your turn? Alright, yes, it is the imp's turn. It tries to sting you again, Brandon.
Okay.
And your AC?
13.
13? Alright, it hit.
Okay. How many hit points?
More than you're gonna want to know, to be honest.
So I'm knocked out.
No. It's not that bad, but it's gonna hurt.
Okay.
Alright. I want you to roll a Constitution savings throw.
Okay. D20?
Yes, that's D20. Are you proficient with the Constitution modifier?
So I have all my proficiencies written down.
I was gonna say
Negative.
you're not. What is your 2 stat modifiers that you're proficient with?
2 stat is athletics and
Stats.
persuasion.
Strength,
Stats?
Dex, You get 2 of them based on your class.
Oh, saving throws, correct?
Yes.
Oh no, I have a +4 Constitution in saving throws.
Okay, roll D20. You get +4 in it. You get your 2 for your
got
Constitution
16.
and +2 for 16. All right. Let me roll the rest of your damage for you now. You noticed whenever you got hit that you felt poison.
Okay.
God, this does a lot. What's your hit points?
12.
12. It knocked your ass on the ground.
So I'm out.
You're laying on the ground. During your turn, you'll have to make a death savings throw.
Okay.
It dealt 13 points of damage to you with that sting.
Okay.
I rolled dang near max on the poison.
Noticed.
Alright, the Impotent Nerve, it's your turn. The Tauren is no longer in the way at all. He's laying on the ground at 0 hit points.
Now, if I remember correctly, if he's healed, he doesn't have to make a saving throw, correct?
You remember correctly, yes.
Alright, in that case, so with her behind me, I'm going to move to the left hallway, but not like where I can't see him, and then I'm going to use Healing Word.
If you move to any hallway besides where you are, let me give you a bird's eye view of the current situation. Like I said, I need to make a stand for this so I can have it, like, here. Do you see how it is? Brandon is here, knocked out, pretty damn badly. You're here, Nerve. Caitlin's back in the one room, because she backed up and gave you space, but she can still see everything, so can you.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you wanting to go? Because if you go here or here, you can't see anything.
I didn't realize it was that. Okay. In that case...
Let me see, can I
still
set
want
this
to
up
cast
so it's
Healing
closer?
Word.
Oh god, that's too close. I'm trying to get it set up just perfectly. Can I prop a book up? Maybe. Maybe this will work. No, that would be me. I don't need me. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying so hard to get this set up in some way that it'll... Let me remove the book out the way. Can you guys see the field better this way?
Yeah.
Alright. So, Brandon, Nerve,
Yes.
Bagels. I keep mixing your guys' real name and your gamer name. I gotta write down everyone's character name and start using that. All right, so Nerve, it's your go.
So I'm gonna use Healing Word on him since he's in front of me.
All right, use it.
All right. 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is +3. I got a 6.
All right. Do you have any bonuses for it? 6 plus anything, or is it 6 total?
I had my charisma, which... Oh, hold on. Sorry. I'll read this quick. 1d4 plus spellcasting modifier. Yeah, that's it. I can only do up to 6 right now.
Okay, you regained 6 health, Brandon. You're no longer unconscious. I wasn't expecting to have to get to this stuff.
I saved you from having to make a saving throw.
I appreciate you on that, sir.
Yeah, I think you get, what, 3 failed savings throws and it's permanent?
Yeah. Now,
That's not
if he
permanent
does...
character death, correct? Considering this is a dream?
This is a dream, so this will not kill your character permanently. But if you do not survive the final confrontation, you do not reap the reward.
Okay.
So, what I can do, though, is I have Inspiration, and I can use it up to 3 times. So, if you do go down, I can use Inspiration, which will last 10 minutes, and give you another
Does it cost
D20.
an action to send your inspiration out or not? Because you have to know these things.
Hey, Alpha.
It's a bonus action.
Okay. So you can use it once per turn as a bonus action.
Up to 3 times every long rest. So I can use that to give you an extra D20 in case you don't make the first save.
Okay. Sweet.
It also affects your ability to make hits.
Yeah, you can roll to hit, and if you don't like the roll, you can roll again. And take the better of the 2.
Actually, hold on, let me... Inspire another creature with a 1d6, so that just means how well I do it. And then within the next 10 minutes, adds a d20 roll. And I can use that up to 3 times every long rest. So, it adds a d20, not a choice between.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You need to know your abilities.
So yeah, if you go down, you get to roll 2 d20s.
Okay.
and I can use that 3 times. So that means everybody could have some, or a D20 for 10 minutes.
Alright. Alright, so Nerve, you just did that.
Yep, I just gave him
I removed-
6 health.
Yep, so as long as he has that marked to where he has 6 health hit points for now. I removed the
Okay,
other
hold
2
on, let me mark that real
creatures
quick.
from the board
Okay.
until
Since they can't do anything.
until you guys can see them. You can't see them anymore.
Okay.
And since I've got it so close, you don't know where they are, you don't know which one was where. But it comes to their turns and you see nothing.
So what about the small one that was engaged in combat currently?
The way I'm going to rule this one is because these happens literally in seconds. You didn't have time to hit the ground. Your eyes briefly shut and you were immediately awake. So you were able to catch yourself before you fell. Almost
Okay.
like nothing had happened. It felt like you dozed off. You smacked it once it stung you, you dozed off for a second and you were back up after you heard a few words.
I have a question for you. What is
Yep.
BA?
BA, in what context?
So under
Context.
healing word, it says 1 BA.
1 battle action.
Okay. Thank you.
And it says 1 BA under what part of it? The time or activation or...
It just says healing word 1 BA 60 feet, and then it's an insta cast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with battle action. I don't 100% know.
Okay.
Alright, with that, it goes back to your turn. Toast, your turn. You're still right in the fray with that flying red thing.
Okay.
Hit it again.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll to attack.
Alright, roll.
13. And then
13, alright.
D6.
You hit. Don't roll the d6 till I tell you you hit. No, you're using club, it's a d4.
Or D4.
Yes.
Okay, so I hit.
Alright, yeah, you hit. Roll the 1d4.
So I got 4
Alright,
plus
what?
3 strength.
Alright. You smack it and it falls to the ground.
Eliminated.
Yep, it falls to the ground, and because I'm not making them make savings throws because that'd be retarded, they're not there. Now, you do have 30 feet you can move now. You can't make another attack, but you can move 30 feet. Whoops, I'm not supposed to put this down yet.
I'm going to fall back to my companions.
Alright, you fall back there. Anything else?
Yes. No intern.
And turn? Alright, Bagels, it's your turn.
I'm going to move to either side of the hallway and peek around the corners to see if I can see the other.
You're gonna move up here and peek around the corner? Alright, you move 15 feet, and you peek around the corner, and both enemies are right there. You have 15 feet left you can move. You can't hit them without moving 5 feet forward, though, and becoming an engaged distance. So, Nerve, Brandon, you guys don't know that they're right there around the corner waiting. Bagels is the only
You'll
one that
have to
knows.
fill me in what happened.
Speaking is a free action, by the way. It can be done in the middle of combat as long as it's not an essay.
Yeah, so you'll have to let us.
So I let them know where the...
No, don't tell me that you let them know, just let them know.
Y'all know where the enemies are at now.
Alright, I think I finally got my dog settled. What happened?
You know, she told us where the enemies are. That they were
I'm
waiting
gonna
for
go-
us around the wall.
What happened to the imps?
He
I
smacked
just
the imp
told
down.
you.
Okay. Come on.
Yeah, so we only got the 2 blobs left.
Yep.
And y'all know where they're at now.
Yeah, the enemies are sitting on the either side of the wall, possibly in an ambush, ready.
Give you guys a better view.
Like they're possibly ready for setting up for an ambush for anybody that decides to walk.
They
into that
haven't
room.
moved yet.
Okay, I'm going to... Do I have to move 5 more feet to be able to attack them?
Yep, but then you're within melee distance of them.
Yeah.
Just because of the predicament.
Okay, I am going to back up into that back hallway.
Where to? 1, 2, or 3?
One.
1? Over here?
Mhm.
Alright. Keep in mind, that's 10 feet. You have 5 feet left to move. You can't do anything unless you can see them. You can't see them around corners and cast spells.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna end my...
Alright, Nerve, it's your turn. By the way, with that, you no longer see them.
Okay, so, which one am I?
You're the one that's.
You're in the back.
Am I in the middle? Oh no, yeah, he's
The back?
in the back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then those two, okay.
They're in this room, but you can't see them anymore. You just know they're around the corners.
Alright. How far is that distance?
10 feet.
Alright. Can I do a double action to move past that and further beyond?
You will be within striking distance. They'll both get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay,
The room is
Guess
too
the best-
small to move past them.
okay. The best action would probably be to get my bow ready.
Alright, how do you want to get your bow ready?
Who's in front of me?
Brandon is. The Minotaur.
Okay. I know I'm gonna get a disadvantage for this, but can I take 2 arrows and double, like, hold them in my hands?
No, you cannot.
Alright, in that case...
You do not have
I'll
multi-shot.
take it- No, I meant, like, dual wield, like, hold the arrows, like, the actual arrows in my
Sorry,
hands.
that's a skill or a feat. It's actually something unique that is picked up by
Alright.
rangers in late game, I believe.
In that case, I will take the action to switch over to an axe. Or my hand axe that I have.
Alright, so you use your action to switch over to the hand axe, and you're sitting there. Anything else? You have 30 feet, you can move. Fun, go to bed.
Nope, that's it.
Because you're worried. Go lay in the bed. Keep the light. Baby, turn them lights down low.
Play that music that is soft.
Then slow.
We ain't got no place to
Alright,
go.
so Nerve. Anything else? Or are you ending turn?
Nope. Just sitting there. That's my
Alright,
turn.
end turn. Alright, it gets to those 2 turns, and you see one of them run around the corner and run up and engage Brandon. And it swipes at you, Brandon. What's your AC?
Okay. 13.
13?
HP is 6.
I know. The 13 is with your armor, right?
Without.
Without armor, it's 13? Okay, it misses.
I have a question.
Okay.
And
Can you pick up... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
and you see the other one run up behind it. Alright,
Okay.
It's now the start of a fresh turn. Brandon, it's your turn.
Okay, I have a quick
You're to
question.
my left, right? So I could technically break away, but risk them swiping
If
at
you
me.
if you use your action, you can disengage and they don't get to. But
Okay,
in
so
order
I can-
for her to attack, she has to get around that corner. And
Or
put that
wait for
puts
one of them to move in.
Yeah.
Because the way I was thinking, like, I can disengage and move, and to give her that opening to move
Hold
around
on.
that corner and thunderous wave.
That's what I was thinking.
Now, because she's around the corner, that creature doesn't see her, correct?
No, it doesn't.
So that means she gets an attack, right?
Nope.
Okay.
It just means she has advantage on attack.
So what do you think, Earth?
I think you should move a little bit more to the right. That way we can all three attack one of them at a time.
Okay, well, then in this case, I'm going to disengage and move right.
Alright, you use your action to disengage so it gets nothing and you move off to the side. Your turn ends. Bagel, it's your turn. Keep in mind you're unarmed.
Yeah.
If I were you, I would
Okay.
back off a little bit and get your spell ready.
Drag them in and basically corner. Is that what you're
So?
thinking, Nerve?
Yeah.
What do you wanna do,
Once-
Bagel?
Once it moves up, that means we've got it surrounded.
So I'm going to back up a little bit.
Alright, how many feet? 5, 10, 15, or 20?
5.
5? Okay, you move back 5 feet. Anything else?
No.
Alright, Nerve, it's your turn.
Alright. Is the hand axe a throwable?
It is. It uses strength instead of dex for the throw, though.
That is fine. I'm going to throw that hand axe.
Alright, roll ranged attack. Roll d20, you get your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier.
Proficiency bonus +2. And then what?
Plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
Which I think yours is 0.
Please tell me 16 is good enough.
Yes, 16 hits. Roll 1d6 plus strength.
4.
4. Alright, the axe sinks into it, but it doesn't drop. Now it's their turn. It moves forward and it swipes at you, Nerve.
Perfect.
What's your AC?
AC is 13 with the +2, so 11.
Alright, it misses. The other one moves up behind it. These aren't terribly smart creatures, by the way.
I planned on that actually. That worked out perfectly.
Alright, round reset. Brandon, it's your turn. The enemy is right there, engaged with your teammate who is now unarmed.
Okay, I roll to attack a creature.
Alright, roll a d20 twice. And take the better of the two. You have advantage.
So first roll was 12, second roll was 18.
Alright, so you take the 18, roll damage.
Okay. Which is 6, oh no, 4.
Alright, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a d4. It's a d4 because it's a club. You have the weakest weapon in the game. A stick.
4.
4? Alright. It
Yes.
slumps over as you smack it.
So
There's one.
more eliminated.
It's one more down.
Okay. And I will, well, I'm gonna end turn there, correct?
Or you can move forward. It's up to you.
I will end turn.
Alright. Nerve, it's your turn. You're unarmed.
Doesn't she get a turn?
Yes, Bagel does. Yeah, Bagels, I totally skipped over you because my mind went to where you were going first before all of them. You have a turn, but you do not see the monster.
Yeah,
The only one that can see it is Nerve.
I'm going to...
Just saying, I did plan on this being short. This turned out being longer than session 1.
Yes, it
That's a
did.
good thing or a bad thing?
Good.
Well, we've had to stop a lot. But that is because everyone is new. So it was anticipated.
I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn since I can't really get a good hit on him.
Alright, you end your turn? Nerve, it's your turn. You see the thing.
Alright.
You have nothing on you. Other than a bow
What
that
about
you
his
have to...
bow?
He has
I was
to
gonna
use an
say-
action to equip it, but he can't fire it.
Yep. So what my plan is to... This is probably gonna hurt, but I'm gonna take an action to pull out my bow, and I'm actually going to move back 1 foot.
You can move in the 5-foot increments.
Oh, okay. In that case, I just chill.
Just chill, okay. Because really, you're talking about an area that someone can get into and out of fairly easily. And you're talking about just a 5-foot. It's the size of a person. You're gonna make that distance.
yeah.
That 1 foot is literally just I shimmied. All right, ending turn or no?
Yeah, I'll just end my turn there with my bow out and ready.
Okay. You end your turn. Its turn. It charges right at you.
I figured.
Well, you're the only one it can see. It does hit.
Unless you roll something impressive.
6 damage.
Alright, I'm still standing. Cool.
Alright, still mark it. Bad rolls can ensue. Tides can
down
turn
to
based
4.
on RNG. By God, can they change? Alright, turn reset, it's back to Toast. Toast, your go.
I roll through
Like a gift from the gods, another one is in front of you. Almost like they didn't really notice that their ally got hit by a club from the side.
Advantage.
So, am I doing a 2 roll?
If
Yep.
you're attacking, yes, you get advantage again. It doesn't even know you're there.
Okay, so first roll is 12. Second roll is 15, so I'll take the 15.
Alright, you hit. Roll the 1d4.
And I rolled a 4.
Alright, you do 7 damage, you smack it, it's still standing.
Okay. And I will end turn.
Alright. Bagels, it's
Okay.
your turn.
I'm going to use, what's it called? It's not Fireball, is it?
Which one?
Firebolt?
It. Firebolt.
Alright.
Yes, I'm going to use Firebolt.
Alright, now it is engaged, which...
I roll a d20, right?
You do, but give me 1 second.
Is there a disadvantage for when it's engaged?
I believe so. Mostly what I remember, there used to just be an AC penalty or a DC penalty if you would shoot someone who was engaged in combat unless you had a special feat. Because you're talking about shooting someone who's engaged in a fight with someone. They're actively moving around in that fight. There's a chance you'll hit your teammate.
Okay.
So you have to be extra careful, that's the disadvantage. So I'm actually looking up disadvantage at this point.
How about with the advantage and the disadvantage, we just kind of work together, call it even?
7 and 173. Ah! Alright, roll 2 d20s. You take
Aha.
whichever one is lower.
Oh.
That's disadvantage. You still roll 2, but if one's a 1...
Okay, well my first one's a 20.
Okay,
Nice.
you're not getting that.
Darn it. Roll another 20.
Well, my other one surprisingly was a 19.
Okay, so you hit it.
Thank you, Jesus.
Roll damage.
It's a D8, right?
Yes, Firebolt is a D8.
I got a 5.
A 5? Alright, you hit it with the Firebolt, and though it doesn't seem to do much, it does collapse over. I want you all to roll a perception check.
And what is that one?
D20.
Okay. I got a
Yeah, it's a
10.
D20 with your perception bonus.
What's my perception?
I got a 14 for perception roll.
Oh yeah, baby. Running the 20.
Alright, so what was the numbers overall?
She got
10.
10, I got 14, and he got 20.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nerve, you hear loud and clear the sound of metal gates coming down and sliding into the ground. Toast, Bagels, you both you faintly hear it, though you can't tell which direction it is. Nerve, you know exactly what direction it came from. It's down the hallway that's in front of you to the left.
I'm following Nerve.
Well, I vote to follow Nerve also.
Well, you guys don't know what he heard.
We're just gonna follow
Shouldn't we
them
first
without
check the
knowing
room that they
why.
were in for anything important?
Sure.
Alright.
I
Go into the other room and look around.
I
Alright.
follow suit and help investigate the room.
Alright, you guys notice it's a 15 by 10 foot room.
Okay.
Probably.
Is there anything inside their area?
You notice that the walls in this room are lined with entrails and rotting flesh litters the ground. There's a
I wanna
very
search through the
putrid
rotting
smell.
flesh.
There's not enough to search through, it's just pieces here and there.
Oh, okay.
And the entrails are stuck to pieces of the skulls that have been broken to make hooks.
It's very graphic, I like it. Kinky. I can dig it.
Alright. Before we walked into the room, I heard a loud sound such as gates closing coming in this coming from, and I point that direction.
Alright. So you
say I
point
will
them down the
follow.
way you heard it?
Yep.
Alright.
And I tell you I will follow.
Alright, you
Lead
guys
the way.
walk down the hallway, and you get to the end, and it's a three-way path. You have a path on your left, the path to the right, and a path behind you. The one on the left goes 10 feet and then it hits a wall. The one on the right goes 5 feet and hits a wall.
Since Barang heard the sound that we should trust his intuition to lead us.
It's been long enough, you can't remember any distinct direction it would be coming from now. You just know it was towards this wall. Now, guys,
Lorraine, what do you think?
whenever you get to the actual campaign, if your character has parchment and ink, you can draw a map as you explore. Just FYI there. You had nothing on you. You had nothing to use. Now, if anyone had thought to make a map out of the cloth they were wearing and the puddle in the corner of the one room, you could have.
I have a better idea. So, how many directions did you say we had?
3. Behind you, to the left, and to the right. To the left is 10 feet and you hit a wall. To the right is 5 feet and you hit a wall.
Like, the end is a wall?
You can't see which way it goes beyond that. You just, if you look, you just
Okay.
see it's a wall, and you know there's going to be more there.
I want to take one of my arrowheads, and on the corner that goes left, or down the path of the left side, I want to scratch a notch big enough that we can notice it into the edge of the, or into the corner.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
The
I want
arrow
to head
breaks
down
in
the
the
left path.
process.
That's
and you
all
head
right, I
down
got
which
19
path?
more. The left.
The left path? Alright, you move 10 feet, and the wall ends and the path opens up to the left, and it goes another 15 feet. Again, you're still walking down these catacomb-like walls, only... I want you to roll a perception check.
All of us?
Just Nerve.
I'm the only one who entered it. Okay, perception. 8.
8, alright. Toast, Bagels, both of you roll perception.
Ready first?
D20. Add your bonuses to it whenever you tell me, though.
She got a 10. And I got a 12.
Alright, none of you notice anything. Alright, Nerve. You see a pathway, catacomb-ish looking area, hallway, with skulls lined inside the walls. It's very dimly lit now. The lights do seem to have... The lights that were above you, the chandeliers filled with candles, seem to have dimmed now since so much time has passed. What's your next move?
So you said the area opened up to the left?
Mm-hmm.
Walked out, went down the right path, made a left. Making another left would put us in a U-turn. I don't know if that U-turn would lead to a dead end.
I'm doing you a favor. I'm bringing it closer. This is the map as you guys can see it. Don't mind the random strings in the way from the baggies.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you the best view I can, but unfortunately I block the light whenever I get it closer. That is the view. Nerve, you are there. You just walk towards the wall that's that direction.
Okay, that one?
Ah,
Alright.
this is you. You walked that way.
I want to turn back around.
Alright.
And as I walk past them, I want to say, wrong direction.
You remembered the map, didn't you?
Maybe.
Well,
Hey,
you're...
you showed us a glimpse for a second, and so I had to remember every important little detail that I could.
Uh-huh. I didn't write down the details on this map, though, for all the specific things like the monsters and all that. Alright, you walk down, and as soon as you get to the other end, you look to the left, and you see an opening into a dark, abysmal area. You can't see much more other than it's really dark. Ominous. There seems to be blackened clouds in the background as you hear thunder rattle in the distance.
I shout to the other two, and I tell them to hurry up, because I think I might be in some trouble.
We rush to his aid.
We're rushing.
Alright. Alright, you guys are right there. You're
Alright.
in... Like, you all can't fit in that little corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to keep moving, but look around carefully.
Alright? As you move down the corridor, since you're looking carefully, you notice something, Nerve. You just notice now, all of the skulls, their eyes are slightly lit up with a red glow. Ever so soft, ever so gentle. As you make it out, level complete! You walk out into a dark courtyard. You notice dark evergreens litter the area. And you all walk onto this island. You can see the edges of this island where the trees litter the area. And inside the center of all these trees is a circle marked by mushrooms. The clouds in the sky are all dark, blackened and gray. Thunder runs in the background, and you can hear what sounds like rain despite not feeling any water. I'm about to
That
bring
is
up a
e-
noise effect for you.
Okay. It's either a teleportation circle or a summoning circle. One is good. One is really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I don't need the intro.
I like that.
Oh yeah, that's exactly the type of music I want going on.
You know, I like the first sound effect, you dick.
With all of
like the
that,
bird
with
voice.
all of that laughter that you hear coming from a womanly voice, you see a petite female come out of the ground with bat wings, pale skin,
This.
God damn it.
I thought so too.
and a tail. And as she's cackling, she laughs and goes, "Oh, you mortals, I haven't had so much fun in such a long time. As a reward, you'll find something when you wake up. I hope you enjoy." And
Oh, that's never good.
No.
everything goes black.
I like how he just, look at the screen real quick, man. Look at him. He looks so adorable when he's just laying there with his hands on his chin, just looking like a looking like a
'Cause
cute
I'm
little male succubus.
Free
All right.
falling.
I'm gonna give you guys some stuff to write
Look
down
at
here
it.
in a moment.
Look at that. Look at that fucking face. It's so cute, right?
I'm gonna give you guys
Damn,
something to write down.
So I was gonna be honest, if you didn't tell us that a creature was like appeared, I was gonna take a gold coin, or well, I didn't have a gold coin. Shoot.
The whole
It's gonna be
thing
like,
behind the
you're giving
mushroom
us something to
circle
write down, correct?
is demonic. The whole
Ah.
reason for a succubus is because they're a dream demon. By the way, you're not getting full experience for this because death was not a threat.
Yay!
You are getting some though. I have to count it up because you all get different amounts of experience.
Okay.
Hey, I killed several things, so I should get more than them.
Actually, you and Brandon get the same. Nerve is the only one that gets less.
That's because I
You
didn't
guys-
kill nearly as many things.
You guys worked as a team at the end, which means everyone gets reward. During the solo round is where the experience changed.
Hey, real quick, Kevin, can you give us another one of the beautiful little faces of you putting your hands under your chin?
Oh,
Just for the
stop
stream.
it. Just
for the
stop it.
stream. Don't be a bitch. Do it for the stream. Don't be a bitch. Do it for the stream.
I think you're gonna have to warn your viewers of ear rape now.
They'll get over it.
I'm gonna walk on my phone.
Yeah, normally you guys would have just gotten like a level and a half from that. But,
Yeah.
oh yeah, though, don't get me wrong, you guys literally almost failed like 6 times, but my crappy rolling saved the day.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The lighting up skulls, if we kept taking the wrong paths, was it eventually gonna get to a point where like it killed us or something?
No, that was just to notify that the task was done.
Oh, okay.
It was it was supposed to be a neat little thing that none of you happened to be able to notice. Because you were oblivious walking down the hallways. Keep in mind, you're always allowed to take a full minute to automatic 20 in action, as long as you're not in combat.
Hey, at least we completed it though. We didn't fail.
Alright, Brandon, Caitlin, you both get 187 experience. Round it up to 190.
Alright, so 190 apiece. Huh?
You doing
Nerve?
that one too? Okay.
You get 170.
Nerve, I'm gonna
170
put
plus
yours in my book too,
66.
just in case.
Okay.
In case you ever forget, you fucking prick.
Alright, there's more you guys have to write down. You don't get to know exactly what you're getting. I will, but I have to keep note of who gets what so I can reveal to you what it really is at the end.
Okay.
You also get no say in the rolling.
This is the part where if we could have gotten a really bad I don't. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can get something that will doom your character to death, or make you a god for your level. But
Okay,
it's a
saying
low
right now,
percent.
If you give me a sword that talks, I will break it.
You all get rings.
Okay.
You
If the
all will
ring
wake
talks,
up with
I
a
will
ring.
also break it.
You will all get a ring that it will not talk to you, but you'll get intuition as to what you have to do. You will not get the
God.
powers right off the bat.
Yay, I'm at 236 XP.
Alright, let's see. Hey,
About
still haven't leveled up.
190.
I had to set it up that way so you wouldn't level up.
I figured as much.
But for an adventure that you're walking out with one item, I didn't want you having a lot of experience anyways, because that would unbalance the later bit. Which this is going to be okay, it's a possibility for a super strong item. It's a possibility for a super terrible item.
Can I
Okay, so
hit you
what
with
are
some
we writing?
inspiration?
So what are we writing down?
Nothing yet. Who wants to go first?
Inspiration.
I will.
Alright, first one is Caitlin's.
Okay.
Oh, good
Caitlin,
line.
I want you to write ring 2.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm writing this down now. So I can explain to what it is that you get.
So, I'm gonna be honest. If you didn't show us that little picture, I was gonna definitely go the wrong way. But as soon as I saw,
It wraps around. All of it is connected.
oh,
I might have messed with you, and as soon as you walked into the first room again, teleported you all randomly.
oh god.
Alright, so the first number you need to write is, you need to write ring 2 dash.
You got the ring of death. You will die in 6 days.
No. There is no such thing as that.
I'm having fun. God.
Dash 17.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's it for you. So you've got ring 2-17.
Good deal.
Alright, who's next?
I'll go next.
Wait.
I already know I'm gonna get a terrible item, so I'm just
Okay,
gonna
no, this
accept
is
my
still-
fate here and now.
Alright, so who's next?
Me. I'll go.
Alright. Right, ring 3 dash
Dash.
3-2.
3-2.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, Nerve, it's up to you. You're the final one.
Up to me, you're the one rolling.
You know what I'm saying, though. Right,
I already know I'm
3.
gonna get a terrible item.
Yeah, no, I got that -2. That means he rolled a 2 on that last one. I'm up.
No. 1, 2.
It's probably an item from a list of rings.
rings of constant bowel obstruction.
Did you look it up?
No, I'm just joking.
No, I'm making the table myself.
I just thought it'd be funny, you know, you put on the ring and you constantly have to shit, so you're stuck in battle and you're more afraid of shitting your pants versus fighting.
Nerf, I want you to write ring 3-10.
Done.
You've got the ring of dysentery.
Ooh, I'll tell you now, Nerv got the best one.
Really?
Oh shit, that's surprising.
Well, to everyone
he
who
became a
joined
god.
the stream today, no, he won't be a god. It is really nice, if I allow it to be really nice. It's DM's choice. I'm not giving him something overpowered. He will not be a god. I will give him something useful, though.
It's a genie that grants really bad wishes.
Actually, all wishes in the game are terrible.
Dyslexic genie.
Alright, well, to everyone who tuned into the stream today of Live D&D, this was a special event. This was the Dream Quest. Session 2. There will be random sessions like this that I throw out that will be themed. They will not pertain to the island, though. These will all be special little things. I am going to have some special event ones, such as Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter, things like that, just fun little things to throw on the side. If any of you watching want to join in, you are more than free. Message me, leave a comment, whatever you want to get in touch with me, and you're welcome to join. We do have a Discord you can use to communicate. And as for that, that is it for now. I hope you all have a great time, and I'll catch you all in the next session.
Bye-bye.